shit.
And loading, and we are live back again for a day after Christmas stream. Oh man, we're just gonna go off the wall as usual. What were you just talking about? Somebody had a smart way of getting around the Twitch or the pay-per-view, I should say,
Yeah,
paywall.
they were like stealing pay-per-view. Like they go and buy pay-per-view of of like MMA fight or like a boxing match, and they'll go onto Twitch and they'll put like a controller in there, make it look like you're playing a game, and then just stream the actual fight. And they'll have a controller and try to like press when somebody gets punched. Like it's actually pretty genius when you think about it.
That is smart. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
people
pretty
do
smart.
is to get around these things. They have workarounds.
Oh, yeah, there's some very smart people out in this world
I'll be
not
right
using the smart
back.
for the right things. Though. Stuck out of here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's just us two for now. Hold on. Yeah, so how was your Christmas, Alex?
Oh, I had a good time. I got to go down to my parents. I got to, my girlfriend came down this time. Usually we can't make it work, but this time we did.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I was with family and they had uh we did the whole we did the prime rib thing. I think that's like a Christmas, that's like a shindig that I think everybody does now.
Oh yeah.
Um
Wait, were you like? Did you actually go out to do it, or do you like have it delivered or something?
no, got the prime rib and then did it ourselves. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
I'll
It
be
was
back in a few. My brother's making me take him out to get the mail.
I'd go and walk your brother.
sounds fabulous.
It'll be like
Oh.
5 minutes, hopefully. You guys
Bon
better
voyage.
entertain the guests, entertain the
Yeah.
viewers.
Yeah, no, like, see, my mom, she's from like Austria, so like, she made some goulash and
Oh,
kind of,
okay.
like, and goulash is one of those weird dishes. Like everyone does it differently.
Yeah.
You go and have it like, I think in Germany it's something
Yeah.
different. I think in America, well, that might be like that
Oh, I
PAW.
bet your mom knows how to cook it real good though. Cause you could fuck up goulash. Like these people were like, oh, you can't fuck up goulash. You could absolutely fuck up goulash. Absolutely. I bet your mom knows how to make some
Oh yeah.
pretty
Oh
good dish though.
Oh, she does. She does it good. Like it's with this
Yeah.
what you call it? Like not oatmeal. It's cream of wheat, and she use it to make it like a.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was a different one. That was grease knuckle. No, with the goulash, it's like these dumplings, and then there's like some sort of like stew meat. It's almost like a beef stew sort of thing, but like.
My mouth's watering just thinking about it. Go
And my
ahead.
girlfriend's mom does something. Oh, who's this guy? Oh, that's that guy. But they do something with like I forget what they use. It's almost like noodle stuff in there. Like there's every place I've been to that has it does it differently. It's one of those weird sort of dishes like that.
Yeah, uh my brother-in-law, uh he got a smoker this year, and so they got the prime rib and then they decided to smoke it, which was like they said they're doing it now. They said they're doing it every year now. Like this is the first year they decided to do it, and it came out so good that I'm like, shit, we should get a fucking smoker. But we made it pretty good. We made a pretty good prime rib. It was really good. But you know what really, like, one of the things that really kind of ticked me off. Like, so we have Christmas traditions, like, every family has a Christmas tradition. We watch movies, right? Our family watches movies. We watch we spend all day pretty much watching, like, we'll watch Die Hard, we'll watch It's a Wonderful Life, we'll
So
watch
is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Home Alone. Yeah, but yeah, everybody says it's a Christmas movie, even though Bruce Willis said it's not a Christmas movie. It is definitely a Christmas movie. I refuse to listen to anybody say otherwise. Anyway, But yeah, so that's part of the tradition now. So we listen, we watch movies. I like Love Actually. Okay, that makes me kind of a dork, but it's a British Christmas
It's like one of those
movie.
Hallmark things, isn't it?
No, it's actually quite. It's kind of dirty though. It's British. It's like British. It's actually star-studded though. It has like Liam Neeson and Keira Knightley and Martin Freeman and Bill Nighy and like it's got a lot. It's got a lot of British stars in it. Anyway,
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Like we don't like my family. I don't know, man. We got a weird family. My brother decided not to even like come over during.
Hugh Grant, that was another one that was in it. Alan Rickman, the late Alan Rickman. I think who the fuck was played Nanny McPhee or whatever. Whatever. I don't give a shit about her. But anyway, she's in the movie too. Anyway, so yeah, and that's like one of my favorite Christmas movies. So I'll watch that. I know most of my family aren't exactly into that sort of thing, but all of us are definitely into Bad Santa. Bad Santa is an absolute must, right, for Christmas for my family.
They made a sequel to that.
Yeah, I refuse to watch the sequel. The first one is the most important one, and that's the end of that. Because I mean, the way that they ended the first Bad Santa, you really shouldn't have made a sequel. You really shouldn't have made a sequel. That was a terrible idea. Anyway, so yeah, so anyway, none like these bloodthirsty fucking cable companies and or streaming services decided they're going to make you pay for all of them on Christmas. Like you used to have, dude, like every cable and streaming service made you pay for it. Like if you were going to see the movie, you had to pay for it. So now, so you remember how I told you I was getting into more of a self-reliant kind of deal. So then I just had to break down and buy the DVDs of all of them. Like I was like, all right, screw this. I'm not dealing with this ever again. So yeah, I went ahead and bought the DVD copies of all of them, and so I could keep them forever.
All right, gamers, what I miss.
It's always good to go and buy the actual copies of things because you never know. Like especially with certain controversial movies, like they just did that with what was it, Breaking, like the saddle one with the horses and shit.
Blazing Saddles, yeah.
I just bought that the other day at FYE. I bought that and Gone with the Wind because I've kind of made a ritual of getting every movie that I can that I feel like that's going to end up there, like end up in that scenario. Like Gone with the Wind, right? They were trying to block Gone with the Wind because of some stupid shit. So I was like, oh, time to order that. Time to get that one. Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, Sean, we were talking about how part of the Christmas tradition for our family is watching movies all day. You watch your Die Hard, the It's a Wonderful Life, Home Alone. I like Love Actually. But one movie that I think that is a must is Bad Santa. That's like my favorite. That's like my downright favorite Christmas movie. And I was telling him, like, these bloodthirsty fucking cable companies and streaming services are making you pay for that shit. Like all of it. Like they're all, oh, you want to fucking watch this movie? That'll be $3.99. Well, they know when you have to do that. Like, they know you're gonna be watching this shit now. And did
bloodthirsty shysters. Did
we talk about that last week with what fucking Comcast is doing now with their data caps?
Yeah, but they're just like, that pisses me off. Like, yeah, fucking Christmas, man. And those movies were always kind of available on Christmas. Like now now they're just sticking it in your ass. Like, fuck it. You wanna watch this movie, motherfucker? You're gonna pay.
Which service was that?
All of them, literally all of them. I have all of them. I have Netflix. I got Prime Video. I've got Hulu. I've got fucking. We got Comcast. All of them. Every fucking place I went to, it was like, oh, you want to watch this movie? That'll be $3.99.
Which movie was that?
Bad. Well, it was all of them. It was bad. It was Bad Santa. Well, the only one we didn't have to was Die Hard. Die Hard was the only one we didn't have
Proper
to
Christmas
pay for.
movie.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I think the worst offender of that is Amazon, because there are so many movies that are available to rent on Amazon, to buy on Amazon, but not stream. And I think it's a contracting thing partially, but at this point, this many years later, I don't think that's an excuse.
No,
Dude, Amazon, let's be real. Amazon's like the shittiest one out there. Like, they have a couple good shows, like, you know, Grand Tour, but like most of their stuff is, you know, the actual movies they have on there. You know,
They have
they're
a great selection.
They're mostly shit.
No, I mean they do. If you want to buy it for purchase,
oh yeah,
they got everything. If you would for purchase, they got everything you're looking for.
Oh.
Just, you know.
Well, speaking of Amazon, I have a fun Amazon story from today. So a couple days ago, because I pre-ordered the game that we're seeing right here, Cyberpunk 2077, from Amazon because they were the cheapest price. It was, I think, $52 after tax. Very good deal. You know, it's under $60. It goes to pre-order. I was like, all right, this is great. It's a physical copy with the game codes. I don't know if you call that fucking physical copy, but you know, it comes with the case. Makes you feel good. And I ordered it, and you know, the date was set till like, oh, it's not going to come till January or February. I'm like, okay, great. Doesn't matter because PC isn't built yet. It's fine. That's fine. It's now coming earlier. I'm like, oh, great. This is awesome. It turns out it's going to come the day before Christmas. I'm like, this is really cool. And then I get an email saying, we're sorry, this could not be delivered. There was a problem. What kind of problem is there, guys? You're delivering a package. You're putting it in the box, and then you're walking away. So I thought, all right. And they said they'll try to ship it, deliver it again. I'm like, okay. I'll give them a few days. It's the holidays, so they're not going to be in service probably. So we'll just wait a few days, and then I'll look into it. I look at my emails today, December 26th, day after Christmas, and I get an email that says, this is a confirmation that your recent order has been refunded. I'm like, what? I did not ask for a refund at all. I didn't request a refund.
You know what? Sometimes
I don't want a refund.
Sometimes you'll get a package. Sometimes you'll still get the package.
Nothing's in
and
it.
then get it refunded too. Like there was a couple of times where I ordered something on Amazon and they were like, "Oh, it can't be delivered, whatever. Here's a refund." I'm like, "All right, well, fuck it." And then like a week or two later, I get the fucking shit in the mail. I'm like, "Okay, this is cool. I'll take it." So just beware.
Hey, I wonder why they did that. Were you able to get a hold of anyone?
Well, I was mad because I was worried that I wouldn't get all my pre-order bonuses because they'd all be gone. I'm like, this is really annoying, and I don't know what they screwed up. I'll tell you, there's one caveat to this. They could have screwed it up.
Didn't they already send you? I thought they already sent you the code or something.
They sent me the pre-order bonus code for the comic that came with it, the digital comic. So I got that, and that's fine. But they're sending the game back, and I don't know why. And the one thing I did do differently this time could be the reason. It still shouldn't be the reason. Is I had it sent to a local Amazon locker. And the reason I did that is because they kept fluctuating the day as to when it would come. And at one point it was going to come when I was away. So I thought, I'll just put it in the locker so I can pick it up on the way back. It's fine. And they said it's open. So, like, I don't see the issue here, even if it's, you know, the locker or not. So I ring up the help, and I use the text chat online so I can have some lovely screenshots. The first person I talked to, just said sorry, can't cancel it. The refund's already been processed. I hate that excuse. It's like, well, I don't see why you can't stop it. And then I was like, she was like, I'm gonna send this to like a specialist. I'm like, ooh, okay, we got specialists deployed here. We're sending in special forces. We weren't
It's some
expecting.
dude in India with a computer.
That's what it was.
That like meme with the special forces.
Yeah. That's what I was referencing. That meme where it's like, we weren't expecting special forces.
You see the autistic kid pull out a Glock from his backpack. He does present, oh, that's a fuck up meme.
Well, thankfully, for moi, I had like I had gotten gift cards for my employment, right? Because like they were just good. Like I think they were just giving them out like.
This is your bonus. Take it.
Working during COVID. Just working during COVID or whatever. It's like, yeah, you know, we're sorry. We're potentially killing you with this fucking deadly illness that doesn't kill anybody. Here's a gift card. So like, I was like, all right. And then so I had like $8 left. Well, I'm not getting anything with $8 fucking dollars like on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right. So I could get 2 movies. So I got Bad Santa, and then I got Love Actually. So that worked out. So
That's good. I actually got a $10 one from a survey I did, and I saw.
You doing those surveys?
It wasn't one of yours. It was actually one that it was that guy that DM'd the channel on Twitter who was from Berkeley, UC Berkeley, and he was like trying to contact all these political things on Twitter, and he found us somehow, which I found interesting. I forget how he found us. He did tell me. He did find us. I think when he was looking at Turning Point chapters, he started looking at like their followers, and then he found us because we're following the UC. Oh, that's how it was. We were following the UC Berkeley chapter of I think the CRs, and that's how he found us. Oh, what is that magazine? Ballsy. Oh, that is ballsy. Oh, there's the funny name. There's the funny name. It's
Thrusting Tiger, Rising Dragon.
Yes. I thought Phil would love that one.
Yeah, that's fucking cute. All right. Yeah, and yes, and don't get me wrong. I understand perfectly that story makes me look like a raging hypocrite because, you know, here I am going, oh, Amazon are a bunch of bloodthirsty fuckers. And then it's like, so what did you do about the situation?
I bought shit from them.
Bought DVDs from Amazon. Like, yeah,
Well, that's
good
the
job.
problem is they're a monopoly half the time, you know?
Well, I could have bought the DVDs really anywhere, but you know.
Yeah.
I made the hypocritical choice of buying them from Amazon.
We'll spank you for that later.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought from them too because they were cheapest, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, it's convenience. It's convenience. It's one click. Like, it's like the easiest shit ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And when I was talking to them, like when they sent me to the specialist, this specialist wouldn't give me anything. She's just like, oh, the return's been processed, so you know, you're screwed. Sorry. And I'm just like, no, I never asked for a refund. I want my game. Like, that's what I ordered. That's what I paid for. I'm not taking a refund. And so I literally pulled a Karen. I said, can I talk to an Amazon manager? Because I'm like, this isn't going anywhere. We need to talk to an American. We need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. So I think it's sent to a guy in America. And shout out to him because he is awesome. I don't want to put his name out there yet, but like awesome because
they're all using stage names. Nobody's using their real name over there.
That's well, the Indian
it's like a strip club. They're not using their strip. It's like, oh, my name is Cinnamon. Like, yo, you know that's not your real name, okay? Stop playing.
Did they say that about Tiger Woods? Oh, Tiger. Is that your real name? It's like, yeah, it's actually my real name. Oh, very interesting. It's like those people that name their kids like weird things. It's like a millennial thing. You name your kid, I don't know, freaking Kit or Cat, or
Oh,
I
stripper names like Candy or something.
Candy. That's the thing is you don't know now how many of these are stage names or if they're like actually their names. But no, I mean, I got through this. I got to the third dude, and first of all, he says, "Dude, I feel you. The game's awesome. Buggy as hell, but it's awesome." I'm like, "All right, I got a gamer on the line here. We're good. We're good hands." And he basically found that he couldn't cancel the refunds. He still couldn't do it. He couldn't even get me another copy himself. He couldn't do a bunch of things, but what he could do was he said, "You can purchase it again. You'll get the same goodies, and I can give you a 50% discount." And I'm like, "Okay, yep, okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. We're
Here
good."
it is.
Love,
Yep.
I love Amazon now. I will shill for you guys. just this one guy though.
I mean, you could carry in your way to some really sweet fucking deals. Like,
Yeah, you just
if
gotta
you
talk
really
your
like,
way.
yeah, like I wait until like my thing is like if I had like when it's time, like if I get cable or I get something that requires like a monthly fucking subscription and I know the promotional code is about to expire,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll call the place and I'll be like, "Oh, I want to cancel." And it's like, "Why do you want to cancel? It's too fucking expensive. I'm not doing this shit."
I'm poor.
And then they'll send you to a pricing department where they're like, "Well, if you'd stay with us, we just so happen to have a deal here."
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool.
No, you do have to play with these things, especially the cable companies,
Yeah.
because you can get deals out of them that you don't know about, that they
I
don't
don't think I've ever
advertise.
like for Sirius XM. I don't think I've ever spent more than $10 a month, like ever.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, be careful. Those cable companies, especially now because everyone's in COVID, they know how to. They know they got you by the balls.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean I tell them you tell them no right away when you talk to them. They're like, "Oh, well, we'll trap them." Like, "Oh, really?" I'll tell them, "Look, I don't need this fucking service. I like it. I don't fucking need it." And then that's when they're like, that's usually when they go to the pricing department. Like that's because you got to let them know, hey, because they ask because when you ask to cancel, then they're all like they start asking you a million questions.
Yeah.
Oh, why do you want to cancel your service? Are you sure you don't want it? This is great service with great rates. Da 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 da. Are you really sure? And then like I'm like, look. And I'm like, you know me, I'm about as real as it gets. I'm like, look, I don't need this fucking service. All right, look, I like it, but I sure as shit ain't paying $25 a month. You're out of your fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
I say it like that too. So if they record my
Yes.
call for quality assurance,
Yes.
that's what they're getting. Right, that's exactly what they're getting. But anyway,
Well, the reason they do give you a deal is because number one, they can, but number two, they get little kickbacks for how many sales they make, commission. So they try to
no, I mean,
get
yeah,
that shit.
they do, but well, they'll give you the good deal because they'd rather just give you that fucking deal than lose you altogether. 'Cause,
Exactly.
like, yeah.
Well, that's
'Cause they're not-
that's what the company wants. I'm saying like the individual, they're just looking out for them, their
Yeah.
little commission. But yeah, the company itself, of course, they want brand loyalty, customer loyalty, and makes sense. And that's the thing where Amazon, what they did with me. I mean, the first two people, if I hadn't pushed further, wouldn't have gotten this 50% off. But this is why companies do it, because they don't want. And this is why I always tell people: is you don't want people leaving you in any way, or like at any, not just a business, a store, but any sort of like communication you're doing with your audience, with your customers. You don't want to leave them pissed off. You want to leave them happier than they've ever been. Giving me a 50% discount makes me happy, and I mean, it's just some of these are just really bad.
Because I mean, from a business standpoint, it's easier to budget and forecast when you have that sure money coming every month. Like if you like from a bit, like if people that are calculating and look, and it's like budgeting is huge for a corporation and forecasting is huge for a corporation. Like those are probably the two main thing. Those really are like the business decision lifeblood. That's the business decision lifeblood of a corporation, is to be able to budget accordingly and to be able to forecast accordingly, like or not to be too off the fucking path, like on your forecasting. Like if your forecasting's terrible, you might end up being fucked as a company. But like, like forecast it, like you're never going to get it completely right, forecasting completely right as a company, but you don't want to be like outrageously far off. Like that's your, just don't fuck up. Your role as a forecaster is to not fuck up.
Dude, what's up with that food there?
Dude, that looks, yeah, fucking face looks pretty detailed, but you see this fucking cheeseburger, looks like it was that fucking the original Xbox.
I was gonna say that's some of the screenshots that people have been posting is of stuff like that. That's like buggy or incomplete.
I want second servings of that fucking 8-bit burger.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the patches are, they had another patch thing come out the other day. I don't know if you installed it yet, Alex, but this game in a few months, actually a funny story. When was the last time you played the newer Battlefront 2, Alex?
It's been a while.
Okay, you need to.
PlayStation 4, and I haven't played it since,
Since launch?
Probably years. I played, like, I enjoyed it a little bit, but like there's nothing for me to really want to stay there.
Well, I will say, because I was playing the original Battlefront 2 last night for good old times. I was playing my Steam copy, which was a little buggy, and I had to type some things and fix some things, like turn off the full screen mode so that it wouldn't be flashing, some weird stuff, but it works. And I love that game. Loads of fun. It's still fun now. I love it. And I was watching some stuff on the newer Battlefront 2, and people were saying that they were surprised to say, like, this is one of the biggest gaming redemption arcs, because we all know how bad it started off. Like, it was one of the worst things ever in modern gaming with those loot boxes.
The gameplay itself wasn't bad, but it was like
It was
all
those
the
loot boxes.
Yeah, the loot boxes were terrible. That pissed me off. Like, I just hate the concept of the loot box.
Oh yeah, and they were still missing some content. But fast forward to now, with the 2.5 years of DLC, not only did they add like the Clone Wars, like I think almost doubled, or 50% to 100% increase in number of heroes they have. And it has like fully fleshed out battles like you had in the original game with command posts and shit like that. It actually feels like a complete game of what it should have been. There's a lot of people that love it now. It's like, yeah, this is what I wanted, and it's finally here.
Do they have Galactic Conquest back?
I forget. I think
like,
they either have like a similar version or they don't, which was one of the best features of that second game.
Fuck, am I eating a pickle or something?
But they brought back a lot of things that were missing originally from the second version. It's like, man, they really screwed that up in that first launch. Like, that was so bad. I will never forget how much hate that game got on that launch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just expect it to be better than a game that came out like 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Like 10 years ago. And even now, like, it's, it seems like it might just be getting to that level.
It's like 90% there, because, and what's crazy is that, so when it launched, there was like, a lot of people playing it. It dipped down, it started to increase back, and by the end of like 2020 ish, like of this year, like around, what the fuck is that? She on drugs. The game was back at its peak of players, and then DICE and EA just said, "Yep, we're not gonna make any more updates. We're canceling it so we can all work on Battlefield 6." And people actually started petitioning them to keep updating it because they were happy with it now. Because one of the things they didn't have was, how in the original Battlefront games you could like get in a ship, get in a tank, and just fly around and blow shit up. You couldn't
Yeah.
do that. It was like a card or something where like you would be an on the rail sort of, 5-second little turret thing in the air or something like that. Or the tank couldn't really move anywhere, and they fixed that a lot where like you could travel like almost, I think, like most of the map or all of the map finally. So it's like goofy stuff like that. They just it's like the little things add up amongst the big things. Like there's things like with the space battles. Remember when you could like fly and just like go onto the enemy ship and then just hop out and start like wrecking stuff there? You still can't do that, but like the space battles are like basically the same except for something like that.
Who's ready for a topic jump?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can do
sure.
that.
Oh, okay. Going back to Love Actually, like one of my favorite Christmas movies. Hugh Grant's in Love Actually. And so while I was watching it, a couple of my friends were like, one of my friends was like, because he saw Hugh Grant, and he's like, I don't know why he cheated on Elizabeth Hurley, because he was referring to I think it was back a long time ago. Hugh Grant got caught with like a prostitute or something like that while he was married to Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah. Anyway, and of course, anytime I hear something like that, I'm always like, look, okay, we don't know enough about that particular individual situation. Okay. First off, okay, we don't know if Elizabeth Hurley was putting out. Okay. Now, I don't know enough about their personal lives, but I will say, if like, say they're like, oh, I hate when people say, oh, I don't know why you cheated on her. She's fucking gorgeous. Why would you cheat on her like that? Like,
She's crazy.
What? She could be crazy. Okay. She could be not putting out, or not doing, or doing some lame ass fucking version of pulling out, right? Or putting out.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Or both.
Like look, I mean, it's probably even worse. Like if you had, imagine having this gorgeous fucking girlfriend, and then going, oh, I'm gonna fucking wreck her shit, and then it's like, ugh, I don't want to have sex, I have a headache, or then when she does have or then when she is willing to put out, ugh, only missionary.
I had a friend who had a girl like that, and she wouldn't even like suck his cock.
Yeah, like no
Wow.
blow job, or even or if it is a blow job, it's like a Bella Delphine blow job. It's like, no, I'm not playing this shit. Or like, ooh, don't come anywhere on my body, right? I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm cheating on you tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad we changed this topic.
That's the thing with those like high classy bitches. They won't do the freaky shit
Yeah.
times.
They're like so high into themselves. It's like, oh, I'm not doing that.
They're above it.
That's beneath me, right? Blowjobs are beneath me. Like, oh, okay, I'll get somebody underneath you to give me a blowjob. Then fuck you.
That's the thing that's hard for, as I'm not trying to say, oh, these multi-million-dollar celebrities live hard lives, but that's one of the things that does have to suck, is trying to find somebody that's, I don't know, normal or decent.
By the way, yeah,
in the industry, everyone who's in there that's a female has probably done some fucked up shit in their time. Like they probably had to, take it up the ass from Harvey Weinstein or something.
But they won't do it with you.
Yeah, that's like, oh, but then when they're with their boyfriend, like, I don't want to do anal sex, okay? It's very degrading to me. I'm like, I bet you do it to a fucking celebrity, like, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you do it on the casting couch.
Put on some Astroglide and go in there. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I you see how I made that Bella Delphine reference there? Yeah, so apparently she's like doing like she's going full porno now.
Oh,
like,
boy.
I heard there was a podcast she was on with that Max Mofo guy.
Yeah.
And like,
I don't know. I don't know the details, but like my friend, remember my friend who who I told you that is like seriously into the porn business. Like he serious like that guy that I was telling you about. He knows refresher, right? I have this friend. He is deep into the fucking he is obsessed with the porn industry. Like he watches
That's not
he
healthy.
watches the AVN he watches so there's a porn awards show called the AVN Awards, right? And it's it's like the fucking Grammys of porn, basically. Like he's like, yeah, man, Riley Reid, she got fucking AVN for newcomer of the year or something like that. I'm like, look, I don't do any of that. I don't keep up with any of that shit. But anyway, she's like, and our conversations are good, but every now and again he'll throw in one of those little porn fucking references or something like that. And so he's like, yeah, so did you hear Philadelphia? And she went full porn now. I'm like, why would I know about that? Like, why would you say that? And why the fuck would you think I know about that? Like I give a shit at all. He's like, dude, you gotta see it. You gotta see it. And he sends me the fucking link or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm like, if you shut up, I'll fucking see it. And I said that, look, I was like, look, if somebody gave it, if somebody that I was messing with gave me the kind of blowjob that Bella Delphine gave that fucking dude, I would cheat on her the next day. The next fucking day,
how
I'm
bad
looking
was
for somebody to cheat on her with. It was bad. It was so bad. It looked like she was. It looked like it was just like she looked like she was trying to be cute. Like she was trying to be cute, but like no. I mean, no. You're supposed to be sloppy and disgusting. Okay, that's when you know it's a great blowjob. Anyway, yeah, I was like that. It's awful. It's fucking awful.
Oh god. Well, I Google her name right now, and these are the headlines that have come up. The Belle Delphine leaked clip is taking the internet by storm. Quote, my mom is not happy. Belle Delphine laughs off her parents' reaction to her daughter's entertainment career.
That fucking shit wasn't leaked. That line, bitch. It was orchestrated. Like, dude, it was fucking orchestrated. Like, yeah, there was, like she had some. There's one she had some. The dude that she was banging was like dressed in like a Christmas outfit or whatever.
No.
She like some
was timed
costume, some Christmas costume, and then he like ripped off the costume and then just started like bowling her or whatever. Like, yeah, it was just there's nothing leaked about it. Like, yeah, or maybe she was trying to sell it to Vivid or something like that, and then maybe that got leaked, but I don't know. I doubt that.
Hey,
Jamie, I doubt Vivid.
Jamie,
I doubt
can you pull
Vivid
that
would
shit
even
up?
take that shit either. Like,
well, here's the next headline. People claim Belle Delphine first ever adult movie has quote leaked, and here's my favorite headline. Belle Delphine leaves the room silent after admitting she only, quote, simps for Jesus. So, she's like, her OnlyFans was the gateway to porn. Now she's going to be the gateway to Jesus for all these porn watchers. Yeah.
I think what happened was she was having trouble with her, her non-pornographic stuff being taken down. Her YouTube channel got shut down, all this other stuff, and she's like, well, I can't keep on doing this not porno stuff, so I have to go and start.
Well, she's getting older too. Like, she's getting older too. Like,
she's got a little bit of time left. She's still.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
she's
that.
21.
I'm saying there's changes that are being made to her body that are no longer as attractive to a large majority of her fucking base.
What did you see in that video?
Look, and again, my friend told me that shit too. He's like, I was like, I asked her like what the conversation, the way that here. Let me look this up real quick.
Oh, she was on Logan Paul's podcast.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have to watch that.
No, I'm not watching that shit. No, it was like
I'll
I
force you
said.
to watch it.
I asked my friend. Okay, here I got it. I asked my friend, what do people think? Why are people so into Bella Delphine? And he's like, honestly, I think it's because she's so young looking. Like, there's a whole lot of perverts that are fucking into her, like Jeffrey Epstein type perverts.
Well, I think
Like,
some it's this like gamer girl thing, like
Yeah.
and she probably doesn't even fucking play games. She just has this aesthetic, and she does edgy memes sometimes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think it's the gamer girl thing too, because gamers tend to be. I'm not saying it's in a negative way, but like whenever a girl joins, it's like, oh, hello there, madam. Would you like to join our Call of Duty server? I can be on your team. We can go together. They kind of like, because there's not a lot of girls. Like, there are a lot of girls in gaming, but not in like the boys games, And so when one comes into it, it's like, oh, she's a girl and she likes games. Winning combo.
There's that fucking meme with that, my one friend used to know how, she used to post these stupid fucking memes to Facebook and shit. And it's like, oh, you're a fucking gamer girl. It's like all these stupid, asterisk or whatever things, those creepy text things, and it was like, yeah, this is disgusting.
So it was awful. Anyway, the Belle Delphine thing, it was awful. And yeah, I hope she becomes broke tomorrow, because that fucking that flick was awful. And don't if you want to keep, ladies, if you want to keep your man, do not do what she did. Okay, do not do what she did. Your man will hate you, and he will leave you. Okay, he will leave you. I don't know if he'll actually.
Second.
Actually happen,
well, see, hopefully, you're saying hopefully they will leave, but
no, they will. They will. Not hopefully. They will. Okay, they will.
Wait, was this guy in a polar bear suit, or is this another video?
It looked like something like a polar bear or like a snowman or something like that.
He went in for the deep freeze. I see.
It was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm seeing screenshots all over Twitter of it. Oh my god.
I mean, everyone knows she was going to do that at some point.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, there is with anything porn, it's always going to progress into more and more fucked up shit. Like, it's just gonna be like some of these, you'll get a couple of these porn stars that are at first they're only into nudity or nude shows, then they're only into girls, then they're only into weird fetish shit with girls, then they're only into a boyfriend and doing cam shows with a boyfriend, then they start doing other dudes. Then they start trying anal, and then it's double anal, and then it's whatever. Anyway, and then before you know it, it's just the most fucked up shit ever.
Well, that's because it's like the first time that you are in pornography, that's a crescendo. That's especially with her. She sort of built it up. She didn't start out doing the pornography. And then you have to keep raising the bar, or else you'll get stale, and people won't get that. And I don't think anyone's gonna pay for her bathwater because, you can just see the whole pornography of her.
That's when I found out she even was a thing, was from that, and I think everybody kind of subconsciously or consciously assumed she was at the very least in the orbit of this industry, and now we have our confirmation of it.
She's had an OnlyFans,
Exactly. That's where you're kind of like, oh, so she's definitely one of those.
Oh yeah, she had an OnlyFans. It was just, when was she gonna post the porno? Mm-hmm. And she delayed it for a long time, and that's very good for business because it gives her a long time to go and sort of make the money off of stupid shit. It's a lot easier to go and take out bathwater than to take it up the ass,
Mm-hmm.
And she's just it was going to happen, but the longer she can wait it out, the more money she can make, easily. And then when she does do the porno, you know, it allows her to go making more money. Like the first porno, like, you know, she could potentially make a lot of money, and then it kind of degrades. It's like you're chasing the dragon, you know, you're on fucking heroin, you know.
Yep.
You have to keep chasing that fucking dollar sign.
Yeah, and they'll only pay for shit I mean, porno producers will only pay for shit that they really haven't seen before, or haven't seen all that much or whatever, which I don't know.
Okay, Belle Delphine claims when she was on Logan Paul's podcast that she charges $35 for each OnlyFans subscription and ends up earning more than $1 million every month. And she has the biggest withdrawal on OnlyFans, standing at $2 million. How, like, what are people?
No, there's there's definitely a pervert element to all of that.
Oh yeah, you know, it's, you know, she makes the money, but sooner or later and that's the thing with the pornography industry. You know, it's a Faustian bargain. You know, it's good money while you're young and you're pretty, but a lot of these girls, and there's a documentary on I think Netflix. It's fleeting. You can't do that forever. You only got maybe 5 to maybe 10 years of doing the porno before, you know, you sort of lose that.
Yeah.
Who just oh hey.
Did someone say something about Fluffy Phil on pornos?
And we're talking about Belle Delphine's sex tape that got released.
Yeah. We were talking about like what the fuck we were talking about? We were talking about how we were talking it moved very very rapidly. We were talking about Love Actually, which is like one of my favorite Christmas movies. And then so one of my friends was like, "Hey, why would Hugh Grant cheat on Elizabeth Hurley? Like back a long time ago that happened." And I said,
I remember that.
Yeah. So I said, well, we don't know enough about that situation. For example, like, look, if a hot girl isn't putting out, that might actually be worse. Like, because you know, she's there and she's your girlfriend, but if she's not putting out, then it's like, well, shit, she's hot. I've been wanting to fuck her for so long, and if she's not putting out, then I might as well just fuck this shit. And then we start, or if she gives like a Delphine blowjob, which was a reference to the sex tape that came out, which was awful. Anyway,
did she actually like show full on like nudity and stuff in there, like not just
okay? So the wildest shit was this. She showed pussy and butthole, but like she still had the black electric tape across her nipples. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, yeah.
How fucking wrecked did that pussy look?
I mean, it looked okay, I guess. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't really take.
Rate the condition. Was it new, used?
Yeah,
good?
I mean, it wasn't roast beef bad yet. Like, yeah, it wasn't roast beef bad, but it's like, you know, it'll get there, I'm sure.
But
you're gonna have to pay an extra $10 for those bits of tape to be removed for the next video.
That's what the OnlyFans subscription does.
Yep.
Yeah. But like, you look at Lana Rhoades, right? Lana Rhoades is another porn star. She came in, she grew to popularity because she was like really young, like, and she looked young. Like, she came in young, looked young, and there's like a teenager look that I think she had that weirdos are kind of into, but whatever. But yeah, so she did that for a long time, and then, you know, now she's into like, you know, she flipped out on one of the people for like illegally watching her movie or whatever.
Illegally watching the fucking porno.
Yeah, because like Yeah, her response was funny. Here, let me read her response. She said, username, why would you do that? This movie cost Hard X thousands to make. We put our hearts into this movie. In June, I got injured and thought I would never be able to do anal again. But I recovered and amazingly was able to do this movie.
Oh wow.
I did. Yeah, here we go. There's
She
more.
acts like she's like Daniel Craig getting injured on set.
Yeah, here we go. Hold on. I did double anal and mandingo in one day because I was dedicated to finishing this movie for you and my fans. We put a lot of money, heart, and even risked our own health to make this movie, and you're telling me you stole it. This is stealing.
Oh, cry me a river.
It's fucking hilarious.
We wouldn't steal porno.
What was that? You got cut off there.
Well, first off, you know, with a production company named Hard X, it has to be good, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, oh, I got injured and thought I would never be able to do anal again.
God. I just love like the workers' comp lawyer, like how to deal with that shit.
I never thought I would be able to do anal again. Like what? Yeah, but I did double anal and mandingo in one day. Holy shit. That's a I have to admit that's a champion move, but like what the fuck, man? Like
imagine getting injured on set for, I don't know, like trying to jump into a helicopter from a burning building or something like dramatic. Meanwhile, and then you contrast that with this. It's like...
To be fair, though, like, you know, you start taking up the ass like that, it's... I can understand where there would be potential issues.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, there's a lot of girls that don't like that, so I get it. But like, hey, she knows
but this is what like look. But this is the thing when you're a porn star and you've done everything, eventually it's going to lead to anal. Like it's going to lead to anal.
Get the fucking BBC up there.
Well, hey, hold on, Phil. Brandy Love, who is a Trump supporter, by the way.
Oh God.
I bet.
Tits for Trump.
Base and red pill.
She actually writes for like. She actually writes for who did. Oh, I'll have to look it up later. But no, she won't do anal.
Strong commitment.
People have their limits, but the money, you know, that's where
that has no limits.
You know, people get addicted to that.
Well, isn't you guys know who Cassandra Fairbanks is, right?
I'm not super into the industry.
No, it's not. No, well, yes, but no. She's a conservative Twitter personality, and I guess she's also a journalist.
Fucking based.
Well, I think you'd have to fact check this, but I'm pretty sure she's an ex-porn star.
So she's, probably damaged goods at that point.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I don't know a lot about her. I do know that she's, ironically, the Groypers like her, which is always ironic.
Probably fucking simping for her. And then they like make fun of you. Oh, you simp, and they're going like.
Well, they're the ones that complain about porn all the time. And this is like one of their biggest, people that they like promote. But she is, I think she writes for the Gateway Pundit, if I have it correct. You might know more about her than I do. Yeah, she is Gateway Pundit, and she has about like 300,000 followers on Twitter. And I mean, I like what she says, but there is a little hypocrisy coming from some people who are. Yo, what are you doing?
It's got fucking GIMP suit on, like a GIMP gas mask. Shit.
Bring out the GIMP. Oh my god. I look at my phone, look at her, Cassandra Fairbanks' Twitter. I look up and I see you with your hands on somebody's leather face.
Oh god.
Sticking a hose on there. Oh god. Yeah, bring out the GIMP. He's sleeping. Wake him up. But you know, I just find it again. I am the type of person that looks at all great, successful, awesome people I like in general, and I say, look, I love them, but everybody that's kind of done anything worth noting is complicated or flawed in some way. And when you apply these purity tests, you know, you're not going to have any heroes left. But at the same time, I'm not a person that applies purity tests, and we don't, of course, but the other parts of the right, you know, it can range from a lot of fractions do, and on the left, and that's where they'll cast people aside. These are the same people that are like super puritanical on porn, but they're okay with Cassandra Fairbanks because she says nice things about them.
Yeah, you have to be careful too, because there's a lot of these grifters out there. It's like, oh well, I used to be a leftist, but no, I'm totally not.
Yeah.
And then they actually secretly are
And Benjamin.
Democrat.
It didn't take long for you to name drop that. We should everybody take a swig.
It's like a COVID cough now.
Dude,
So
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
Sam,
contagious.
Sam, you're gonna love the shirt we made for you.
Oh my god.
You're gonna love the fucking shirt we made for you. So we decided on what, Christmas Eve, I think. We decided to create the shirt, and once we create it, like once the finished product is out, we're gonna show it to you. Like
You
you're
will
gonna be
fly off your wheels. No pun
yeah,
intended.
it will be fucking hilarious. And what we want to do, because you're awesome, okay? We're gonna send Owen Benjamin the first fucking copy of this shirt.
Yo, that's a good idea, actually.
Well-
Yes. We're gonna send Owen Benjamin this first copy because it's gonna be it's gonna be the best pop shot he's probably ever gotten in his life. So
I'm sure he'll appreciate it more than the 10-cent Home Depot card the Apex Gamma mailed him.
oh, I'm telling you, look,
is better.
and yeah, this is gonna be better. I want to try like Sean. I want to try to get a t-shirt company to maybe like back it or something. Like
Yeah, good luck with that part of it.
Yeah.
But there
I mean,
are
it's fucked up,
some-
but it's funny. It's fucking funny.
there are some out there, like 1776 Shop and a few others that are pretty cool, so we can look into.
Some Chinese people, like Chinese companies that'll do that shit and steal artwork. Like I'm sure you can find.
Yeah.
I think we want to distance
We
our
want-
relationships with the Chinese as much as
We
possible.
want to, yeah.
though.
I was hoping for this one. I was hoping that we could get, like, at the very least, we get like t-shirts printed on the cheap, and then maybe upcharge it to like for Sam to sell to raise
merch
whatever,
store, Bubba merch. You can be Logan
raise
Paul.
money for whatever he needs to or whatever. But it's just
I'm working on a merch store, so I would love to have this.
Oh, you'll love this.
Yes.
you're gonna love this fucking shirt. I'm telling
It's
you.
gonna be a great
I'm
addition.
telling
It's
you.
gonna be the hottest seller you have.
Yeah, like, yo, you're gonna have to, like, I don't know if you're gonna like it would take some balls for you to wear this shirt on the fucking show, on the Whitfield Report.
No,
Oh,
wear it on campus.
I'll wear it. I've gone shirtless on my stream before.
Hey, you say
might-
that. You say that.
Yeah,
Wait
you
till
say
you
that
see
now.
it.
Just wait till you see this fucking thing.
Well, there is an important question we need to ask Sam, though, which is, what is your T-shirt? Yeah, T-shirt, not search. T-shirt size.
Small. So I mean, I'm basically I'm taller than Ben Shapiro, but not.
That's not saying much.
Jesus. Fucking Tiny Tim is taller than Ben Shapiro. What the fuck is that?
That's true. To use Owen speak, I'm like 5 Rogans tall, whatever that means. So
Oh, you speak
Oh,
bear.
geez. That's, yeah,
No.
like I figured. No, I was thinking of this on Christmas Eve, and I was like, everybody's gonna love this. Everybody's gonna fucking love
It's
this.
good. It's
We-
really good.
It's good.
we need to make a new national law that Die Hard is the official Christmas movie.
Executive
Yeah,
order
kiss
Trump.
my ass. Bad Santa is the best Christmas movie ever.
Bad Santa.
No, I love. So part of the ritual that my family does is we watch Christmas movies. Like we watch Die Hard, we watch It's a Wonderful Life, to watch Bad Santa, and I watch Love Actually, but yeah, that's part of what we do on Christmas, and have prime rib and stuff like that too. But
It's a Wonderful Life is one of those. If you were to when people talk about quote unquote perfect movies, that to me is one of the closest things to a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Every time it gets me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh man.
It's a good Christmas movie. I like it.
It is.
It's powerful.
It really is.
But
Was it the best movie ever made? I don't know,
No.
but it's a good Christmas movie.
No,
I like
I mean,
fucking Christmas Story or whatever.
it's
The
one
fucking-
of
oh,
it's
Christmas
one of the best movies, but I wouldn't say it's the best. I mean, I don't think there is a the best movie.
I think I don't know, man. There's some pretty good movies. Like, what was that? Like Vertigo or whatever. That was a pretty good one. Fucking Third Man was pretty good.
Yeah. No, I love Alfred Hitchcock. He's awesome.
Yeah, except for he's a little bit of a creeper, but you know.
Yeah, you got
the
caveat
first time-
every time you.
I
Like,
will
comments
never
about those
forget.
things.
I will never forget the first time I saw Bad Santa. I was
Drunk.
laughing so hard I was crying. Like that's how funny it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to watch Bad Santa again. I saw it a few years ago and I loved it. My parents thought it was awful, but you know.
No, but yeah, but yeah, Sam. So Merry Christmas and
In 2021.
no, like that we look. I think we did pretty good. I think we did pretty good with this shirt. I think you're gonna like it, and I hope so. Imagine.
Well, Merry Christmas
way
to you
you
too,
Guarantee it.
gentlemen.
What's up?
I love the way you look. Guarantee it.
Oh my God! He wears this shirt. I'm telling you, he's gonna get people cracking up. Like, yo, people are gonna crack up when they see this fucking shirt.
He's gonna get the
Dude,
boomers that like. What was that?
It's gonna be the pussy magnet in the on position.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
He's gonna get the
and then-
boomers like giving.
and
him
then
that
to give
"Ooh"
this,
look.
and then to give this shirt to Owen Benjamin, knowing that he said all that shit, that he did that shit, he threw some pop shots to you. Oh my God, it's gonna be great.
Was that a fucking
You should create.
ring?
Better yet, you should create, Sam. When we get these T-shirts going your way, you should make a video of you putting the T-shirt in the envelope and then mailing it to him.
No, he needs two videos.
uh,
He needs the one of sending it to Owen, and we need to get a live unboxing video because I need to see the reaction live.
Well, no, he'll throw that shit out as soon as he gets it. But it doesn't matter. The second you send that shit to him, it's gonna be fucking hilarious. The idea that you put that shit in the mailbox is fucking hilarious. Like, to me, I would fucking die laughing if I saw that
We
shit.
should send like an extra large to Owen since he's a big bear.
Well, the way I mean, I don't even know if he's been streaming as of late because no one clips him anymore. And
Or maybe
I
they just
mean,
got tired of clipping him. They're like, it's not worth it. It's the same shit. He's on D Live, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Is
yeah,
he drinking
I-
bleach on there for money?
well, well, everyone was wondering yesterday if he got kicked out of Christmas dinner again.
I remember that.
Wait, what was the first time? I think I've heard this, but I forget it.
Like live streaming when his like wife's like when he was at his wife's relative's house during Christmas.
He got kicked. He had to leave Christmas dinner like 2 years ago because at his in-laws' house because he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop talking about about how we never went to the moon, and I guess he almost got into a fist fight with his brother-in-law over it. Like,
oh god, he was probably like drunk or something. Well, actually, I don't know. It's Owen. That's probably a sober Owen.
That was the same night too that my friends got blamed for sending the quote unquote poison gummies that never got sent.
Something else.
You should send a T-shirt like on a gummy.
Start drinking now.
Yes.
I just what I want to see is if he keeps challenging people to fight. If he wants to keep challenging people to fights, I want to be like, yo, I know this guy, Fluffy Phil. He'll fight you. So because I.
Those like the Middle Ages and shit where you get the champion out.
Well,
this isn't even the final boss
He
yet.
doesn't want to. He doesn't want to get into an insult match with me. Okay, he does not want to do it.
Jousting. You're gonna joust his ass.
It would be bad.
Yeah,
Like,
so like real men do a duel. First he has to do like first he has to do a joust, then he has to do a duel.
Well, I'd say joust. You get on your fucking wheelchair with a fucking lance and go and like knock his head.
He just like you see Stab just like reveal this like hidden panel that has like the nitrous on it, and he just
it's like Lieutenant Dan just whipped your ass, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone actually won. I don't have it anymore, but someone made like a Lieutenant Dan graphic with my face like superimposed. It was pretty funny.
Yo, how is Owen still on Instagram? Like really, how?
Oh,
it's a fan account.
Well, his official Instagram got banned like a long time ago, but he keeps making alt, and I mean, I actually this is fairly appropriate. Owen is now in the ethos category of Instagram, where like he has so many alt accounts that Instagram is all like, oh, fuck it, we'll just let him stay on.
So I look at him. I look at Owen Benjamin, and it feels to me like he's the future Unabomber, right? Because he's living out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm waiting until he says some shit, some Ted Kaczynski shit, and then shit starts blowing up. Then again, hey, wait.
Well, we've been calling him Jonestown Bear for years. So.
That's accurate. I mean, he's very, very like just out there now, but like I remember when he was first coming to the scene, like even like Joe Rogan would like text him like, "Yo, stop going on Twitter. Like, what are you doing?" Because he would just keep going off and getting in fights with people.
Well, so that was the whole thing. When I knew him, and like I didn't know him all that well, but like so at that point like Owen knew that I had interviewed Ben Shapiro, so like the one time I DM'd him on Twitter, he was like, "Yo, like, what do I say to Ben Shapiro?" Like he was nervous, and I was just like, I don't know, man, just like chill out and like be normal, like, you know, don't get like starstruck or anything. Like that was, and see, like that was the amazing thing, was like this was a guy who was like supposedly like a celebrity already, and yet like he was acting like starstruck like around Joe Rogan and around Ben Shapiro, which I mean, I kind of I I would kind of get that if he were like, you know, a non-celebrity, but like, you know, you would expect like, I don't know, even if you were like a B actor, that wouldn't like get you as much.
I think it's,
So
well, it depends. Like, if you've looked up to these people for a while, like, imagine you're somebody that's like just watched Joe Rogan as an average Joe, and then you make in the industry and like you're on his podcast. Like, I'd fangirl. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm in the room, I'm in the place, holy shit, you know? It'd be
I
like, cool.
I I I would too for like a little bit, but then like I would try and be like, you know, professional, or you know, like, you
I
know,
don't know.
like
It's one of those things where I
normal.
think you'll say, you know, you can say it now, but until you've actually been there,
Yeah.
yeah, I imagine it's a completely different sort of thing.
Well, it's like when
Yeah.
we had Milo come on our show, like, I mean, I've been a huge fan of him. And to hear his voice, like, respond to something I said to him, I inside was like, oh my God. You know, it's like, you can't control it. Like, it's awesome. But, you know,
Right.
you still
I
keep a cool demeanor and you don't, like, get all weird or anything like that. I mean, when he threw
well,
that one Ben Shapiro joke at us where I asked him because I had to for the last question. I said, how short is Ben Shapiro? And he goes, oh darling, he's so short. Peter Dinklage looks down on him. We all just lost it. Like, we
Yeah.
lost it.
That was fun.
I
It was so
That was so
fucking
hilarious.
funny. And to get that joke that we never heard from him before just on our show was just awesome. Like, to me, that is like one of
the
our best moments ever.
the really weird thing if is like people have gone back and listened to my interview with Ben, and then have DM me and are like, did you interview Ben, or did you interview a Ben Shapiro imitator? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Can't
They're like,
believe you.
and they're like, they're like, they're like, he's not the same person. Which I mean, he really was, because when I interviewed him, like Ben was still with Breitbart. He hadn't got on the Daily Wire money yet. As soon as he got the Daily Wire money, that was when he started to get like way too big for his britches, or however that saying goes. Like he was not a snob initially, and then he became a snob.
I think he's always
Or
been. It's just
prick, or
like
whatever
he
you
couldn't get
want.
away with it before. I mean, look at, and we were talking about this last time, like his reaction to the WAP video is just so cringe and so puritanical. It's weird. Like
It
the
was
fact
bad.
that he's like, oh my God, who would want a wet pussy? Like, what is that? I'm like,
Yeah, he got so much. He got so much shit for that too.
he deserved all of it. Every
Yeah,
bit
he
of it.
deserved every ounce of it, because it was just like, I don't know, like what are you doing?
He's
Like,
so
what are you doing?
uncool. Like, that's the thing. It's like, for a brief bit, he was considered quote unquote cool because he could own the libs and make them cry. I was never a fan of the guy. Never. I mean, I haven't watched a single full show of him. Never. I've seen some clips, and I'm like, oh, he's pretty good. He seems pretty good. But that's
Yeah.
it. Like, nothing
I
really
mean,
connected with me as like,
I
oh, I love this guy.
I respect Ben's accomplishments, but I don't like the guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, I
I
respect, that he went to Harvard and has built something, whatever. But there's just something about, I just don't like the guy.
Yeah.
I just don't like him.
Well, I've heard from people too, like especially Milo, that he not only helped dig up that tape that took Milo down, but he does a lot of dirty shit behind the scenes to take out
Mhm.
competition. He's one of those that isn't just doing his thing and just living it. I'm loving it and growing it. He's like a mega corp. He's like a corpo. He's he sees competition and he goes, nope, gone, bye bye.
Well,
I'll take you out.
Well, in the I just learned recently that his financiers for the Daily Wire,
there you go.
the people who finance the Daily Wire, guess where they made their money from? The college loan industry.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's only a part of it too. He also
you know what pisses
has
me
Hollywood
off, though?
connections.
You know what pisses me off though? He used to bark. You know, he used to bark at people for, you know, he used to bark at all these Democrats for using blackface, right? But
you do it.
yeah, but you know, but he did it for Bad Santa. Like, what the fuck, man? Okay, that was a terrible joke. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry.
Fired. I haven't seen Bad
At
Santa.
least Sam laughed. Shit.
I in my defense, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so I'm missing on the reference.
I could, if I were to do Ben Shapiro jokes, I might come off as Nick Fuentes because they would all be really bad jokes. But
no,
I
know I sell them. I sell them a little. I sell my jokes a little bit differently than most people, though. So
I mean, for God's sakes, Ben, can you take off the yarmulke for 5 minutes? Seriously, what? Dennis Prager isn't even that committed to.
Yeah.
No, Dennis Prager, like, at least he's fucking tolerable.
Yeah, like you.
I disagree with some of the shit that he says, but like, he's not nearly as just like trying to go and start shit with people about useless hills to die on, like wet pussies being a negative thing.
It just shows how out of touch he is, how like fucking he doesn't get laid he is. I mean, I could go on. It's just like, it's so weird and so unhuman and so like detached. It's
like, it's like, first, okay, so if my thing was you were trying, like, that song was, you know that song really wasn't like a serious song.
No,
it was
it's
like
for shock value.
It was shock value, but it's playful. Like, it's playful. It's not like, is it crude in general? Maybe, but like, who gives a shit? Like, it's like a playful, you know, the beat's all right, you know, the fucking, you know, and you like, Ben's response was just terrible. Like, he took that shit so fucking literal, and it's like saying a joke at a party and then somebody getting pissed off because it's just like, I can't believe you said that. Like, oh my God.
He's like the like, actually meme, you know? It's
like, a fucking joke, you dick.
Yeah.
Well, this is the guy who, I shit you not, when he was writing at Breitbart, he wrote like a top 10 article on why the Beatles suck, and it had nothing to do with like their musical, you know. Well, actually it did, but he was like comparing the Beatles to like classical musicians, and
he would.
And like,
he
would. I saw a fucking meme once. It was like the Virgin Beatles versus the Chad Beach Boys. I think it's
oh my God. Oh my.
Hey, see, I love them both. Like,
yeah.
Ben is like in this world
but it's
where
a different thing.
He's like, it's inferior because it's not as great as the greatest music ever written. It's like, okay, fuck off, Ben.
I like to see Ben Shapiro's fucking music come out, so like him like playing a fucking like
violin. Yes, it is. Have you seen the videos where he plays Schindler's List theme songs?
Oh my God, of course.
That's, you know, you complain, Ben, about all the anti-Semitic attacks you get, which are wrong, obviously. Don't clip me on this one.
He doesn't do it. Like, he is literally the fucking, like, a pit. Like, he doesn't doing himself any fucking favors.
Yeah, exactly. He feeds it. Like, it's Jesus.
I could name drop on air other conservatives I know for a fact don't like him, but then they might get calls from Ben. So
Oh God.
you know,
See, that
but then
tells
again,
you, I'm telling you, he intimidates people.
how many people do we have? How many people do we have watching right now?
Oh,
No.
don't make me pull that up.
No, I'm
Metal
just,
for
I'm
Life.
just
I will ban you. We have 2 people watching, and I think one person is Metal for Life.
Okay. Well, I can. Okay. Well, then I might as well spill it since he's retired. I guess Dennis Miller found Ben a bit annoying, and Dennis, being a big-time Beatles fan, also did not approve of Ben saying that the Beatles sucked.
Breaking news: Ben Shapiro is annoying.
Like, okay,
Well,
like,
at 5.
if you want to have a stupid opinion about a fucking music artist, like, go ahead. You know, there's a bunch of shitty musicians out there. That's one thing. But, like, you're not a fucking musician. You know, you're a fucking, like, old man. Like, you fucking young boomer. You know, that's basically what he is. He's like a fucking young boomer. He's like, bitch, I don't get off my fucking lawn, you motherfucker.
Ben Shapiro is what happens when an old bitching geezer gets reincarnated into a 20-year-old body. That's what happens.
No, it's not even that.
Like, get off my lawn, you little shit.
At least those people curse. Ben would go.
He dies and gets reincarnated into fucking something that looks like Ben.
Well, at least those people have some like colorful language. Ben would be like, well, actually, you shouldn't be on my property because that violates the NAP and it's also in violation of Section 237-192 of the U.S. Code of Law in the state of California. So you should get off my lawn right now, or else I have you deadly force, which would be very harmful to you. And there's a 99% chance that you would probably die, and that's not very smart, and you should leave.
I laughed when he said. I laugh whenever he talks about gun rights and shit and like how he buys a gun or some shit like that. I fucking die laughing. I'm like, the thought of Ben using a gun
to own the
makes me laugh my ass off. Like, oh my God.
What gun would Ben buy? It'd probably be a fucking...
It'd probably be one of those pussy pistols that the fucking chicks use in their purse.
It'd be like a fucking some sort of Jewish pistol or something.
Jewish pistol.
Well, no, they do have those.
What do you mean a Jewish pistol? Does the pistol fire and then take its round back or some shit?
Well, I mean, I guess a Desert Eagle because it's it is made in Israel and it's fucking expensive.
He has like a mini Uzi. You know, like a water gun version. He has like a Nerf gun.
The pistol fires a shot and then bitches about how expensive the round is.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Instead, where the fucking thing, the lever, instead of a lever where you pull down the cocket, it's a fucking yarmulke shape.
I had to get like reloaded by Sping, the fucking like dreidel. Like some Simon Says bullshit.
Okay, we're now unofficially a Groiper, anti-Semitic, white supremacist stream now. So bye reputation.
Well, hold on.
No, I'm sorry. Alex said Jew gun, and I'm like, oh my God, it opened up Pandora's box.
well, hold on. I know how to fix this, sort of.
To condemn white supremacy and condemn anti-Semitism in all its ugly forms? No, yes, I do.
But I'm also mad at.
You have to go and make up for it to go and donate $5,000 to Israel.
To AIPAC.
AIPAC, yeah.
I'm also mad at Ben Shapiro though because he hates Gal Gadot.
What?
Which
Fire.
I don't understand.
You can hate her politics, but you can't hate looking at her.
Hey, I don't understand that because Ben, she's one of yours supposedly.
Echo.
You're hating on
He's one
the-
of your kind, god damn it. What are you bitching about?
Well, speaking of that shit, does he get shit about his like sister or whatever's like nudity and being exposed
Oh, he
all over
should.
the fucking internet?
I'm not gonna lie. Abby's not Abby's not okay.
No, dude, she's like a 6.
I'll just.
She's a 6.
She's
Maybe
got
a
decent tits, you know.
yeah.
But I think it must be funny knowing how like uptight he is, and then his like sister's like spreading her like shit on, and it's all over the internet.
Well, you know what that
like,
tells you? That tells you that Ben's a hypocrite, which is what's the case with all these like super trad people. And he's probably done some weird stuff in the past. He was part of an honor society, which had like a fratty name, so could have been some paddling involved. You never know.
How the fuck did this happen? You seen this shit? This guy's like stuck in the fucking wall.
Yeah, I see that. He's breaking through to the other side. He's trying to put another brick in the wall. He's in the pipe.
He's breaking the conditioning.
Yeah.
Literally.
Where's Van over here?
Yeah, it's the Avors tank. Oh my god. See, I want to actually on a like semi-serious note point out that see how we can joke about anything and still not be some evil thing that people think you are. You know, it's like that sort of like bantering. Imagine if we did that in like a public setting or in front of, you know, other people or on a college campus. Like people give you dirty looks. They'd be like, oh, that's offensive. It's like,
to be fair though, I think these people would be okay with you making, like the people on college campus would be more than happy with you to make fun of Ben Shapiro.
they would, but like, you know, you start diving into making fun of Jews, like, oh, you're anti-Semitic though.
No, but honestly, like the left, they're on the weirdest groups out there because they're made up of a lot of Jewish people, but they also hate Jews too. Look at
Free Palestine.
Alex is right about that. Also they hate Gina Carano now too. Which,
I love Gina. She's amazing.
I love Gina for many reasons, and the fact that she's a MAGA supporter, well, that just checks one more box.
I just love how unapologetic she is about it. She just doesn't care, and she like goes like harder with it. I love it.
I do have to give like Carl Weathers props for basically saying, yeah, I don't care that she, we might have different opinions or whatever, but I still, like working with her.
Good.
Because
with Gina Carano, she had a movie, Haywire, back in 2011. That was like, I think that was like the first movie I think she did, like after like post MMA, post MMA.
Yeah.
And she had this scene where she was making out with Channing Tatum, and the whole time I was thinking, just go all the way, come on, I want to see some action, dude.
Was there any?
No, it was they were making out, and I think she was like, I think that's about as far as it went. But like,
damn,
I wanted it. Like, oh, I mean, I'm not gay, but fucking Channing Tatum, that is a beautiful dude. I mean, I would be like, shit. If I woke up drunk, like from a drunken stupor the next morning, and he was next to me, I'm like, well, you know what? there's worse endings that could have happened in this world.
This just in, Fluffy Phil put the Fluffy in Fluffy Phil.
Look, I mean, look. Sometimes you just gotta tip your cap and be like, you know what? Bravo. No, I'm like, I like Gina Carano. Like, I will agree with Sean. Like, the fact that she just came out and then just was like unapologetic on her Twitter and now on her Parler is like the coolest shit ever.
I love it.
You know, like, all joking aside, that was the coolest shit ever. Like,
and it's
for
not
me,
like she's on some like obscure show or she's a has-been. No, she is a up-and-coming independent whammon actress on the most popular show. What was that?
See how long she's gonna be up and coming after this shit.
I know, that's what's gonna be interesting, is to see. Did she just kill like 10 people?
I only got 1 star for that. They must not have had the fucking level 2 trauma package or whatever.
Yeah, but you know, that is gonna be the interesting thing, is to see what happens to her next. But yeah, I just can't not love it. And did you see the finale for season 2 yet, Sam?
Oh, fuck yeah. I
Yes,
definitely did.
yes. Don't spoil, because the others here have not seen it yet, but I know they will eventually.
I'm gonna be doing a podcast with a friend about that tomorrow.
It's just shows you like how that's how you do Star Wars. It took us a long time to get back to that.
I will say this, as someone who grew up with the extended universe, like the books, like it was a bit nostalgic, but they finally went back to the old ones. So,
you're coming out of your car. Did you
that's
see
all.
That?
It's that T-posing shit again.
Yeah, sorry, Sam. I just had to point that out.
That's all. That's all I will say.
Yeah. No, it's all. I love it. It's amazing. But I
speaking
know.
of.
Yeah.
Speaking of more thoughts, though.
Oh no.
So Tommy Lahren has been posting some like really weird, like, I don't know, like shower pictures or something.
Oh gosh,
like,
she have an OnlyFans now. Is Tommy Lahren opening an OnlyFans? Oh, actually, this was the thing I was going to mention. I'm sorry to switch back to the previous subject, but Ben Shapiro is controlled opposition. He was funded by Hollywood. They made him famous. Fun fact. I'm going to post that article right now, but continue.
I'm pretty sure they did the same with Steven Crowder at this point.
I could see it. They're all under that YAF umbrella.
I mean, to be honest, people keep saying that Crowder is like a stand-up comedian, but I've never seen a special. I've never seen like a stand-up bit from him other than what's posted on like Turning Point or Yap's YouTube channel. And it's not real like even stand-up. It's him at like a rally or something.
Oh shit! Speaking of Turning Point, did we ever talk about their? Did we talk about that last week with their stripper incident?
Oh god, I was trying to remember that if we did, but
wait.
Track that. We can do that quickly again.
We tried to do it on the Periscope, but my shitty phone did not.
It's a shitty Periscope app.
Yeah.
I think it happened the day after we streamed, because just to give a quick TLDR, so Turning Point has their annual conference down in Sam's state of Florida, and it usually is just a place where conservatives go, young college and high school conservatives go, watch some speakers, have some sex, drink, and then go home for Christmas. So it's like any other conference, really. And it's all that shit, but you know, that's kind of like the typical stuff. But what was not so typical, was kind of atypical, is that this drink company that I just learned about a few months ago, actually, called fuck, what are they called? I already forgot what they're called. We don't want to plug them anyway. They gave Turning Point $6 million, and what did they get out of this deal? They got like a group of strippers in see-through Americana tops to shoot out free money at an event where their slogan is "Socialism sucks" to the crowd. This is real money, not fake money, real money. And they shot out there and like, yeah, woo, you know, everybody's like trying to act like this is some cool, trendy thing, and it's the most degenerate, trashy thing ever. Look, I like hot girls, I like some money, but when you are preaching conservatism, when you're preaching socialism sucks, you don't shoot free money out to people as a handout, and you don't do it in this trashy, thoughty, like, just disgusting way. It's just
at first trashy. When I saw it.
Well, you know, we had this discussion last week. You know, you said, oh, you know, you must be really fucked up to go and pick up chicks and like at the Turning Point conference. Look at now, it seems like that's what's supposed to go on over there.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that last week because I said a whole bunch of fucked up shit about it
We're
last
always
week.
ahead
Yeah,
of the
I remember.
curve.
Yeah.
And I was fucking right.
Well,
I was like, yeah, I was like, basically, if you're gonna fight, basic gist that I was saying was well, one, okay, I originally thought when I saw them shooting out money, I thought that it was gonna be fake money, like these dollar bills that had like Charlie Kirk's picture
Or like
in front
Trump
of it
on it.
with a middle finger, and it's like good for one free button at the fucking Turning Point tables or some shit. No, but I'm like, I was saying, look, if you're going to a Turning Point convention to try to get laid, just fucking kill yourself. Just do it.
T-pose.
Just all.
Sorry,
Look.
his character did T-pose again.
Look, it's just awful.
Again.
It's just awful. Like, look, you're like, I'm going to SAS because I'm trying to get laid. I'm trying to put my face in a woman's bosom. Like, no, you just find the nearest bridge.
Well, see, they
Jump
took your
on.
advice, Phil, and now it's more like a fucking blackjack and hookers sort of deal.
You make jokes, but from what I've heard, it's always been that
Oh
way.
yeah, I know
Like
people that have been in the middle of it, so to speak. You know, it's
Like-
known for that. But every like this is the thing I tell people that like get all a little too like puritanical on this is they think it like only happens at this conference, and it's like
Oh, no, I mean-
this thing. No, it happens at all conferences. But if you're going there just for this purpose,
I wouldn't.
I fully agree with what Phil said.
Like I don't like if you're gonna go chase ass,
There are
Go-
better places.
there are better places to do it, especially in Florida. Okay, because the women are easy down there. Okay, no offense, Sam. The women are fucking easy down there.
It's true.
Look,
It's true.
Hey, I don't blame people. If you want to go there, network, watch some speakers, and enjoy the little treats afterwards, the desserts, the whatever you view it as, I get it. You're a college kid. Have fun. But if you're just going there for that purpose alone, like, you know, you're not serious about this. You don't care about politics. You only care about one thing.
It's that one. It's also like being MAGA, and I hate to say this, being MAGA is a trendy thing. So, like, if you're on MAGA just because you think it'll get you more Instagram followers, then you know, either learn what it's about or GTFO.
well, I mean, you know, like, well, I mean, you get a lot of these, you know, con thoughts that are like that show up like that they're doing this stuff because if they know if they compete with the actual e-thoughts, they're gonna get dusted. Like, yo, there's actually legit e-thoughts that are fucking, you know, that have millions of simps all over the fucking world. But it's like, you know, you got like let me go to SAS. Let me go to SAS so I can simp hard on Candace Owens. Like, no, dude, just go to a place in Florida and find yourself a real thought, okay? And maybe she'll touch your penis, okay? Maybe. If you can't get, by the way, if you can't get laid outside of a SAS conference in Florida, it's over. Just don't. It's over.
Well, they're attracting that sort of person now, you know, that you see with the fucking strippers and the money cannon. You know, they want that. And I don't think that's good. Like, how does that help? Like, who was that? Nick Fuentes, as much good as, you know, you can give him. He was right about quite a few things with that. Like, you know, you'll find an atheism booth. You'll find strippers. You'll find people shooting money cannons. This is something. How's that line up with, you know, Christian?
And not only that, you're gonna lose. Like, like if you're going into that market, you're gonna lose because there's way cooler shit down there in West Palm Beach, right?
Well,
Way cooler shit. I know, I've been there.
Well,
Way cooler shit down there than at a fucking some conservative SAS conference.
Yeah, it's just simply off-brand and trashy. Like, you can have hot girls and do it in a classy way, and that's how they should do it. But they're not. They're doing it a bad way. And, like, the atheist booth, like, I understand why people bring that up, but usually the reason, like, I think it's a little... I don't even think CPAC has that booth, which is ironic. But the reason I think that was there is because they probably have a thing like CPAC where it's a bunch of vendors and other groups that book a booth and they're there. But, you see that, but you don't, I bet if InfoWars tried to crash that event, they wouldn't be allowed. And I know the Groypers get kicked out of SAS, but these things are allowed. That's the problem I have, is that if you're going to allow these things, you should allow Groypers, Nick Fuentes, all those sort of people. And if I had an event and he wanted to come in, perfectly fine with me. I bet Nick and I probably agree on a lot of things. It's just there are those few things that we really disagree on. What was that?
Except for the fact he blocked you for questioning his furry boyfriend.
See, and that's the sort of shit that I don't like. Again, that's where we are going to disagree, and I don't like when he does that. And it's crap like that that, like, prevents me from, like, becoming like a groyper as like some of these people are. It's like, I don't like that sort of attitude of just banning people for little stuff like that. I think that's silly, and it kind of can look hypocritical if you're banning so many people like that. But it's, we have a lot of things we probably agree on at the same time. And it's like, I wish some of these fractions within the right would unify a bit more, put some differences aside and let's worry about certain things. Let's clean out the establishment and get rid of these Charlie Kirk-like people, and stop talking about silly stuff and just focus on the mission, which is purging the establishment.
Stop moral fagging too. Like the whole thing with the Groypers is they basically want like a Catholic, like mono. I don't even know what, but it's like we're never going to be a Catholic thing. So get off that train, and let's just focus on that guy all the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's room to grow. There's issues we can, evolve on. But when you get really a hard line on certain things, especially when they start playing purity tests to people, that's where you lose people. And you're just simply not going to have influential voices. Because most these influential voices, I was just
saying, like, I know, and you're 100% correct. I'm just saying, like, yo, you're trying to do some of that shit at West Palm Beach. That was stupid. Like, yo, you know how many colleges, clubs, fucking, if you like, you got strip clubs, you got fucking all kinds of crazy shit down there. If you're desperate enough, you got rehabs down there, like, if you really, like, there's better ways to, like, no, just like, if your turning point, you made a name, like, if your turning point, you made a name for yourself for being, all about, freedoms, right? Stick to that, right? It's what works, right?
Yeah, it's they're trying. So Charlie's, and I this is a decision that honestly comes from the top. It feels like it, because Charlie's always the type of guy that's trying to be cool but just isn't. He just isn't. Okay, He doesn't
know what works with his own organization. He probably like hired some millennial or whatever. He's like, hey, how do normal people like? What do normal people like? Oh yeah, blackjack and hookers.
and that guy, and you know what? That kid probably said it as a joke, and then you know what? God damn it, you're right. God damn, that's amazing.
You know what? That's a great idea. We should do that. Yeah, yeah. And that's the other thing too. Is like, how many people agreed with him? How many people were cool with this? How many people didn't like raise any concerns? It just decision was made. We're doing it, guys. You know, I don't care how much they donate to you. This energy drink, like, this is your org. The buck really stops at you, and you shouldn't allow that. You should say, hey, look. I would love $6 million from you, but you know what I don't want is you putting something completely off-brand that we're going to be mocked and ridiculed for on our big-ass stage and ruin future partnerships, sponsorships, and deals that we could have. And there's other stuff, too. Like, I saw on Twitter people talking about this one person that works for TPUSA named I think it's a guy, Andre Serino. Jaden McNeil said this 50-year-old TPUSA ambassador was known for hitting on students when I was in TPUSA 2 years ago. Why are they still flying him out to events? I've heard other things where there's so-called TPUSA, influencers and spokespeople that hand out weed to students.
What?
Yeah, and this I'll give a little insider info because this is public. But if you find it, it is public. This is the same organization that slandered Milo and said that he would crash Turning Point events and flirt with students and try to sell them drugs. I think they specifically said like hard drugs, like meth or something. I forget specifically, but that's what allegedly, emphasis on allegedly, has been said that the organization Turning Point USA has banned Milo for and put him on a blacklist for supposedly doing these things. That's what allegedly, from what I've heard, they did. That was a reason.
So you know what this to me it sounds like. It sounds like they've milked everything else for what it's worth, and now I think they're running out of steam. Like that it look the optics wise, it looks like you're running out of steam as an organization.
It's a very desperate feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I hope this fall is a normal fall, because, man, there could be some really fun shit happening, with a opposing organization, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Some competition, ain't that right, Charlie? You like competition? Oh, we'll show you some competition.
I think we're gonna look. I think from a I think out of the ashes is about to become something pretty fucking awesome, and I feel like here's my thing. I feel like if Joe Biden is elected president, I think Team MAGA leaves the GOP. I do, and because I think a lot of these people aren't gonna, they weren't GOP to begin with anyway. Like a lot, they were just for Trump, because Trump is one of the greatest presidents in United States history. Like they followed Trump. They didn't follow the GOP. So once Trump is gone from that, from that presidential seat, they're going to follow Trump. They're not going to follow the GOP. And there's a good chance that you're going to see a lot of breakaway from the GOP. And in fact, it wouldn't surprise me. Like it wouldn't surprise me to see Trump break away from the GOP too. Like seeing over the last month, seeing all of the weaselry of the GOP over the last couple of months is just like, I think his fan base is going to be like, dude, Trump, you got to go. You got to leave this shit. This is a sinking ship. You got to leave. It's time we do our own thing. And I think that we could be seeing something really good, really cool happen.
I actually don't. I think there'll be some voices that call for that, but Trump is smart enough. I think
there were already voices. There were already voices, but the voices are growing.
Yeah, but the thing is, Trump has already played with a third party, and he knows that third parties are stupid. He knows that they're pointless and they're hopeless. So
Well, I mean,
he will
well,
work
I
on
don't know if I would
just-
consider. I think I think the GOP's dead without Team MAGA. I think they're dead.
Yes, but they're not. But a third party would still be a total failure, and Trump knows this. So what? And a lot of influencers know. So the
I think if
smarter
anybody,
strategy
I
is
think
to
if
just-
anybody, well, I mean, I don't know if he's ever really, I don't know if he's ever really tried it though.
Yeah, he has. He
I mean,
tries
that
the Reform Party.
now, Grant, no, I'm not talking like his, like I know he tried it back in the day, but I'm saying like it's different starting something back when you
No,
were.
it's the money
and
and,
then-
the data, especially the data. I mean,
Mhm.
you can't just start that from scratch and expect it to succeed. It's not going to. Because think of it this way: you don't just have one party against you as a third party; you have two parties against you.
Well, he already has two parties against him.
No, that's different though.
It's
Yeah, but
already
he
happening.
He worked within a party. He worked within.
Did he?
Absolutely.
Did he?
Yeah, absolutely. He had to.
You sure could have fooled me.
Well, he ran as a Republican. He won the Republican primary.
They were against him. They were against
Not the
him
voters. You have to persuade
The voters. The voters are his.
Yeah, but he also, when it came down to crunch time, the RNC was forced to deploy some sort of ground game to help him with TV ads, to help him with some of the things that win you a campaign. If he's just on his own, he's not going to win. Nobody's going to win. They're going to be like Pat Buchanan. They're going to be like any third party that says the right things, but doesn't have any of the resources.
I think the GOP is headed for a fall anyway. Like I think they're headed for they're headed for a plane crash, and
I think
so
the
the problem
establishment is, but
Yeah.
the thing is, what's really difficult.
well, you don't
is-
think they're going to take down the whole GOP with them?
No,
You don't think
because they would love to have it. They will fight to keep their power as much as they can, and that's going to be the never-ending battle because they have a lot of connections, a lot of influence, a lot of big donors. They think they can keep all that together, and the thing too is like if you're trying to start a third party, not only do you need to transfer your voters from the current party over, you have to get new voters over. Trying to get people to change parties to begin with is one of the simplest processes, but guess what? People don't do it, or they are just simply incapable of doing it. I've tried to do it with people. I've had people come into our office that are literally like, they're like, oh, I tried switching 5 times. And I'm like, well, what'd you do wrong? And I look at their thing, they didn't put their address on it. It's like there's so many barriers to a third party. Like just trying to get people into 2 main parties is hard enough. To get them to go the extra mile and do this like new party, no way. It ain't happening. I mean, the power to 2 parties is it's immense. Like, you know, you think, oh yeah, they're big parties, but you really look at the amount of power they have. It's so big and far-reaching. I mean, look, it's not just we're just talking federal level. Let's go down to state. Let's go down to local. I mean, you'd have to do something with those too. Does that guy have a grenade on his face? Yes. Anyway, that's my third party rant. As much as I agree with you in spirit, it's just in practicality, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be and there is logistical. There's a lot of logistical stuff I do agree with you on, Sean, but I think the efforts are going to happen.
Oh, I think they will happen.
Like
they'll
fail.
They
might fail.
They will fail.
They might fail. They might fail. They might fall on their ass. But there's a good chance, and I think it'll happen on both sides too. I think the left and the right will both have like uprisings.
I think that's gonna happen. Whichever one does it first is gonna go and like use that to their advantage. Like the other parties go and take advantage of that, and they'd be stupid not to.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing I'm saying about like unity is like a thing I keep talking about is because I notice there's a lot of different fractions with different ideas, and you're gonna have your people that are like, let's burn the GOP down and reform it. You're gonna have other people that are gonna say, let's go back to the normal days when things were better, when things were calmer, and then you're gonna have the people that are gonna be like, nah, let's start a third party, let's do it our own way. And then you're gonna have the people that are gonna be like, nah, let's go accelerationist, let's all join the Democrat Party and vote Democrat, make things get worse before they get better. Like you're gonna T-pose, you're gonna get all these different sort of ideas floating around, and I think what has to happen is it's kind of like with the libertarians. Your thing has to fail before you wake up. Like, you're going to get the people that think things can just go back to normal. And that's going to be, just jolly and wonderful. That's going to have to happen under Biden. And people are going to be like, oh, shit, dumb idea. Okay, let's not do that. I think it's going to take some trial and error. And that's what you're going to have happen over the next 2-4 years. And then people kind of unify in 4 years and hopefully vote for Trump again, but we'll see. I think the primaries are going to be interesting to watch because you're going to have people... Because remember the Tea Party tried to do an actual third party. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but we actually had some, like, Tea Party Republicans, and I think one person registered as the Tea Party actually got in to Congress. So I think you're going to see maybe something like that, but you're going to see a lot more people, like, pull, like, a Laura Loomer run, and they're going to be an outsider trying to win within the rigged system. I just always try to push away from third party talk because it's like, I've seen it, the hype around it, the people talk about it, and it never goes anywhere. Would Trump be the best at moving people to one? He would, but it still just wouldn't be enough. Like, unfortunately, it wouldn't be. But what he can do, this is why I think this is the smarter option, is what he can say on his Twitter is just, Nikki Haley's a neocon. Never vote for her. Boom. She's done. Overnight, Just do that to, like, different races and prop up the America First MAGA people, and that's how you reform the party. He's got 90 million followers for now. Could get banned. Probably will be. It's power of influence.
Yeah, I think that.
By the way, I think he needs to leave. I think he needs to leave Twitter before he gets kicked off.
He's gonna get kicked off first.
I would have him get kicked off first, only because he can become a martyr, and then that gives a better selling point to Parler. But if he leaves first, like if you leave YouTube first, sometimes you can actually, let me put it this way: what he should do is both platforms. Start a Parler so he can start migrating people over. The problem is when you leave Twitter, you leave sort of like the normie battlefield, and you're not really influencing the normies. You're not getting into fights with the lefties. If you just leave, it becomes like more of an echo chamber than that already is. And it's like you're not getting to those normies. Never underestimate the normie vote. It's like the boomers, as much as I make fun of them, like, they're the biggest voting bloc for Republicans. So you gotta appease them somehow, Radio Freedom.
Yeah, millennial.
What?
Millennials unfortunately do not vote. We should, but we don't as a generation.
Yeah, young people generally don't. As they get older, they get more active and they vote more. So that's what I hope to do with like things like Uncensored America, is like tap into young people more, get them more excited, more interested, more involved. I mean, they're the ones that we need to target more. Things.
I love it. I love your I love your idea because there's more of an authentic feel to it, like where it's,
hey, when I bring those strippers with the cannons on stage, you'll be sold on the authenticity.
Oh yeah, totally. But I like the idea of just promoting free speech legitimately, like even if it's like bring the two ideas, like you've got Turning Point seems to be like, oh, we're about free speech, but we're only about our free speech, like, which is not free speech at all. Like, no, if you're gonna be about free speech, be about free speech. Like even some of the shit you don't like, okay? Because like again, if as Ricky Gervais always says, like if you're not if you're not for defending the free speech that you disagree with, you're not for free speech. Like,
Yep.
So
100%.
I-
Yeah.
I
It's
love
like,
that.
I may not like it, I may not promote it, but I want to be there. It should be there. It legally can be there, and it morally should be there. I mean, you feel like these things are dead by now. These things are like an old meme, but we see it take a different form now with cancel culture, with the mega corporations silencing voices they don't like online. It's like the free speech battle is almost in a different playing field now. You know, it's like, yeah, we won the first battle, but this next battle, this is something else. So it's more important than ever before, even though that sounds cliche. But Radio Freedom in the chat says, who is a frequent viewer, so shout out to him. He says, I think another party would just be a loser party like the Libertarians. You mean Libertarians. Better to get some good Republicans running to take over the party. Ron Paul ran as a Republican for a reason.
Yeah, they're gonna. The only problem, the problem I see though is, like, these people are not gonna, like, these establishment cucks are not gonna give up their fucking shit.
Oh yeah, it's a hard
They're
fight.
not, like, that's good. That's the concern, right? That's the concern with the, like, yeah, I get that everybody else is saying, oh, the third party, it's not going to work, and I'm like, and for the most part, I kind of agree with them, but I'm like, what do you do? Because you got an establishment that is just, they're there, they're not going away. They're like those big thick fucking roots in there. Like, you're gonna need to do some drastic fucking shit to get rid of these pricks, and like, I'm like, what goes first? Like, what, like, you, because it's obvious change needs to happen, but it's like, well, do you, like, and so a lot of these people are like look, these, and I keep thinking, like, look, this is like, you look at these voting system, like, look, I think there's merit to the voting systems. I think there's merit to the shadiness of the voting systems. And I think Republicans are just as guilty as the Democrats. I'm always telling people, if Democrats are guilty of something, you bet your ass Republicans are doing it too. Bet your ass Republicans are doing it too. And it wouldn't surprise me. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. And if that's what we're dealing with, right now, we could be fucked.
Yeah, no, I do think it is a valid concern. I mean, so bring up, especially if there's all those talks reforming the parties, that these people that are in control are not going to want to give it up easily. I mean, why should they? And you know, you got to think about how to deal with that. You got to think about, well, how do we fix the donors? How do we, because it's, you know, these donors ultimately is what the control, especially in like organizations, comes from in the parties. What do you do about that? How do you fix that? Do you get rid of them? Do you try to persuade them? What do you do? I mean, I'm not saying I have the answers to it, but these are the concerns. Like, I'm glad you do bring it up, because it is what you need to start thinking about as you know, have all this talks of reform and moving forward post-Trump, because Trump is a unique beast where he can fund whatever he wants. He really doesn't need anybody else's money. Can help. It sure as hell does help. But he really doesn't need it. And when you have other people coming up that do need it, what do? You know, because not everybody's a multi-billionaire with names on buildings across the globe. But it'll be interesting to see how things go. So we shall be ready. We will stand by and stand back, as Trump said to the Proud Boys. But I'm excited for what's going to happen with younger people, because I noticed that younger people are getting very, very, not feisty, but very sort of involved, very intense. You know, it's building. Gamers are rising up. Zoomers are rising up.
Things are at a fever pitch. Like, things are at a fever pitch right now. You can feel it. You can feel it. Look, January 6th. That's like the
Battle of DC.
it could be a battle. I mean, that some of what I'm hearing from Twitter and from Twitter and Parlor and stuff like that. Like, look, it could get bad. It could get bad.
I think we're gonna see an uptick in some like street violence. I don't think there's gonna be any like fucking like people like, cause some people like, I'm not saying you're saying this, but like there are these people that are like, oh, this is where the battle's gonna start. This is where the militia's gonna come and like mow down these people. I'm like, yeah, no,
no,
no, that's not gonna happen.
It'd be stupid. It would be stupid to go into DC and do that.
I know.
Like, it would just be dumb to go into DC and do that. Like, if anything, I don't know. I would say, but I will say, it looks like if Antifa tried to fucking jump this group, I think it might be met with a little bit more resistance than because I think the like, and this is one of those things that I was just like, I don't like anyway. Like, if Antifa's if like, we need to just start fucking taking it to these Antifa fuckers, because
you have these activist judges who will defend them, and if you try to attack them, you'll get the book slammed on you.
Yeah,
Proud Boys.
That's why
they were doing that. They were the only ones that were standing their ground and fighting Antifa in self-defense. They did it the lawful right way, but they got screwed. It's a shame. And nobody does anything. What frustrates me is nobody in the right has the guts to defend them. And when you do, you're labeled a white supremacist sympathizer. You're labeled crazy, a boogaloo boy, conspiracy theorist, whatever it is. And that's since the newest sort of like gaslighting phrase. It's been around a long time, conspiracy theorist, but it's been used way more frequently recently because obviously there are people that are talking about the election being stolen, so it's easy to call somebody a conspiracy theorist for that. But it's such a like gaslighting phrase. Now it's like, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Conspiracy theorist. Oh, so awful. Oh my God. How could you think that things aren't what the media tells you? Like, what's wrong with you? It's trying to paint people as crazy. But you were saying something about Tommy Lahren, Sam, I think, before we got off on these tangents. Well, yes, people are crazy.
Yeah, just that she's been like taking some weird, like she's not like quite at the OnlyFans level yet, but she's
getting there.
She's getting.
What, Tommy Lahren?
So
OnlyFans?
No, but she should, basically, because
Turning Point like that.
She's been. Well, also, you were mentioning that in Turning Point, you were mentioning you have dirt on, So here's a little inside baseball. So.
Spill the beans.
A few years ago. Well, this is also public too, if you want to find it. But like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even longer now. But do you guys remember when Tommy went on The View and basically said that she's pro-choice?
Oh, yeah.
Pro-choice? I remember that.
Yeah. So she came out as pro-choice, which, I didn't have any problem with that, but it was the way that she handled the pro-lifers that did bother me, because a lot of them got upset, and rather than being like, look, I'm sorry you guys, disagree with me, but this is my opinion, she got real vindictive about it. Well, she went to winter at West Palm Beach a few years ago, and during a Q&A session, a few pro-life students all of whom were women, asked her to clarify her position. And rather than clarify her position, Charlie Kirk actually got up in front of her and said, "Oh, she doesn't need to answer that question. We won't
What
be
a simp.
taking any. We won't be taking any. We won't. She won't be answering any questions regarding that." And people got up and left, and like actually the convention because of that. Like it was the. It wasn't so. It was the way that it got handled that pissed people off.
Yeah, that's
And
Charlie just jumping in front of the bull for her. Wow, what a free speech warrior. What a tough guy.
and then I mean I don't think they've had her back since because there was such a backlash.
Wow.
And then like I guess he was shutting down people for asking him like about it too. So yeah.
That's interesting. It's very, very in character with Charlie Kirk from what we've grown to know about him. Sorry, I was talking to my brother. Sorry, I was talking to my brother there, but I had a thought. Oh god, it was a good one. But yeah, this is and that sort of stuff
Hey,
is just so bad. What?
Sean, your girlfriend is not a thought. Don't say stuff like that.
Nah, if I she wait, what? Oh, okay, I thought she did. No, she said that in the chat a while ago. She did call us trash, so she's opening up the insult can. But I will not call her a thought. I disavow anybody that calls anybody a thought. But Charlie Kirk, though, he sims for thoughts. I mean, it's just very, very bad that we're coming to a point where not only can he not handle tough questions, but he doesn't let his panelists take tough questions. It's all about protecting the brand, protecting the image, protecting the donor money it comes in. He's very worried about all those things. In some respects, I understand it, but it's too much that you're compromising your values that you supposedly have. I know the one big thing we did not talk about, though, is the wonderful $600 stimulus checks that we all were supposedly going to get, but evil Trump vetoed that. He vetoed that, which had money to Israel, money to all these other foreign nations. And, evil Trump vetoed that. He doesn't want Americans getting money for Christmas. He's so evil.
Yeah, this is one of those moves where I thought that it felt like he was turning away from the Republicans. This felt like a move because it's like he said what he said and he did great. Like he put the video out there. He went and started reading off some of the stuff that was on this bill, and it was just bullshit. And the second that he said that, he was like, "Well, you got a lot of these Democrats. Well, of course, yeah, we'll get 2,000. We'll give people 2,000 or whatever." It's like, well, nice try. We need to get rid of some of the pork that's on this fucking bill. But like the Republicans didn't want to fucking make any moves. Like, look, and feel like this is one of those ones where the Republicans are gonna get fucking like I think some of the existing Republicans are more and more of them are gonna start distancing themselves from Trump, but it's going to burn them too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really bad that they thought that, because Trump had said for a while, like for days, he wants $2,000 checks to Americans, and they come up with 600, and they think it's okay, and they think giving checks to illegal aliens is okay too. They think that's all okay, and that he's gonna sign that, and he vetoed it, and he made the right move, and hopefully he gets what he wants this time. I have a feeling they're gonna come up a little short, maybe. Might be more like 1,500, but he's also the guy too that uses the strategy of asking for more than he actually wants to get what he actually wants, because he knows it's not going to come out to the highest price. So we shall see, but it's just really bad. Like, it makes people just lose all faith in their Congress more than they already have. We always say, oh, they do nothing. It's like, yeah, everybody kind of says that, and it's like, whatever. But when they can't even get this right, and at the time that they did it, on Christmas Eve, they can't get this right. And you have AOC that's like, yeah, we'll do it with Trump. You have AOC and Rashid Tlaib literally drafting the amendment to do this. They did something the Republicans couldn't do.
Yeah.
Pause the screen. I think there's gonna be a penis that pops out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't mind saying the penis.
We can't. We
Pause that.
Let me switch it. Okay, there we go. We're looking at my wallpaper now.
Stop.
All right, cool.
We're looking at penis rock formations now.
On real quick.
Oh, you going for one of those 4D waifu?
My guy got abducted and his penis was. I think it already popped up on the stream for a second. So I didn't know I did have a penis.
Oh god, is it still uncircumcised or is it circumcised?
You can't change your circumcision afterwards, but you think you could.
I'll come in a new patch.
We're back. The penis has been hidden.
It's gone. You put it away.
Yeah, to get and put my clothes back on.
Yeah, you better keep those clothes on, you dirty boy. Sam, are you a gamer?
Yeah, well, yeah, I am somewhat. I don't even have a PS4 though. I still have a PS3.
So you're a noob, is what you're saying.
No, I've been gaming since probably before you were born. But
damn.
I go back to the PS1.
Oh shit.
But I never. I don't know. I just never got like a PS4, and now I want to get one now that they're like cheap.
Oh, what the fuck?
If only you could actually get your hands on one today. All the PS5s, Xbox Series X's are just gone. They're as hard. They're actually not as hard. They might be as hard to get as the GPUs and CPUs now that I'm trying to get.
Do you have any more luck with those recently?
Dude, it's gotten worse. I haven't seen mine pop up in days.
Hey,
So if anybody can, like, if anybody knows a scalper that they can, shimmy away some graphics cards and GPUs, I'd be more than happy to pay list price for them, as long as you screw the scalpers.
I might know a guy, but I'll talk to you offline.
Oh, nice. We'll definitely talk about that. Because there are a lot of... What happens is, like, whenever they do drop on these sites, the scalpers set up bots so that they can buy them at list price, and then they can resell them on eBay or something for, like, double the price. And people pay them. And I'm like, you're feeding this beast that's screwing everyone.
Well, I just want to know why they couldn't have decided to, not have that option in there. Like, why they couldn't just release enough so you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Because NVIDIA and AMD, when they released these things, they had higher demand than they thought they would. And I know NVIDIA, I think it was NVIDIA, said that they didn't think they would be selling as many, so they were a little more conservative with their estimates for supply. But the bigger problem was after all that, because after launch, they were gone. But the bigger problem is that with the pandemic, the factories have less workers. Some factories are shut down. They can't get the materials. So you can't physically make enough to meet demand right now. And that's the same case with the consoles, is that they just aren't meeting the demand.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it sucks. Did my package come, when you opened it up, was anything damaged, or did everything come nice and all well and good?
It came pretty well. I mean, I didn't have nothing was noticeably screwed up.
Good. Yeah, because like shipping stuff has been a bitch recently. So with all these packages, like I think they're being rougher with them. I mean, I've told you about my CDs I've tried to order. I'm getting them again soon that kept getting damaged.
They kept getting damaged? It wasn't just once?
Yeah, it was twice.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah. I ordered them from Amazon and it got damaged, and so I ordered 2 from Walmart, and they were different CD. One was a different CD, but I ordered Sgt. Pepper's twice and the White Album for the first time, and Sgt. Pepper's got damaged both times. And then the White Album got damaged too, so I'm like, alright, gotta order it all again.
Dude, that sucks.
Well, looks like you just need a little help from your friends.
Yeah, the truth.
Sorry, I was talking to my brother. He's here. This guy Kyle's here.
I was just gonna say, Sean, you might need a little help from your friends.
Hey, nice pun reference.
Yes?
Also, so Sean, you have an iPhone 12, right?
Yep, I love it.
Well, I have an iPhone 12 Pro, and I love it.
Isn't it the best one? Isn't the best one yet? I love the flat edges. That to me is so much nicer.
I do too. I originally was going to get the I was originally just going to get the 12, but I actually do lots of photography, so for me,
I follow your Insta, so I know.
yeah, you do know. So, but it was actually it's actually a little too cold for me to it was only like 40 here today, which for anywhere that's cold, but especially for Florida.
You should come down here to PA. We'll show you some cold, or up here to PA.
I'm sure you could. So
Get some meat for dinner.
We'll wrap up the stream in about like 15 minutes. I think midnight's gonna be our unofficial cutoff now, but is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything obscure? Anything
interesting in the fucking news I posted there a while ago? I thought there was something.
I can check through. I posted a bunch of things.
I watched Wonder Woman 84 last night.
I was going to, but I went out with my girlfriend to look at lights, but my parents did. What'd you think?
Oh, you saw your girlfriend. Oh shit, how'd that go?
Yeah, I did that. No, it was pretty good. She came over for dinner, and it went well. Ooh. But yeah, we had fun and we exchanged gifts. Oh, she got me a really cool pocket knife. If you're listening, Mel for Life, I really do like it. It's very manly. It's very lightweight. It's titanium and it is sharp. And it's foldable. I like it. Let's see, what did you have here? And the news. Universal claims words picnic and brown bag are offensive.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. Like,
oh, the KFC console.
You know, like, how is brown bag? Like, that's literally a fucking object.
Because that's brown in it.
Okay, so brown's racist now.
Yeah, what about picnic? To me, that's the weirder one.
It's so woke, but like, picnic. How?
I don't know.
And then I heard low hanging fruits like, oh, because when black people hear that word, they think of like people like
from lynching.
That made me think about like, you know, when you think about like, you think that's what they mean when you think of low hanging fruit. Like, just the thought that would be coming to your mind almost seems like you'd be racist. Think that means black people, like low-hanging fruit. When you think about it,
yeah,
there's no historical context for that. It's like, you know, you say like there's words that do have historical context, but that's not one of them. You know,
I won't
you
hurt
go
myself.
And, like, make
meta
up
for
shit
life.
to be offended about.
Yeah, the stream froze. Let me fix that. I won't hurt myself, meta for life. I'm a very safe knife owner now. Only the safest here. But I did look into that art. What?
Fucking ninja. I'm being my anime character.
Oh, you have a katana?
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever seen the movie Jinro, Sam?
You watch that?
No.
It's the anime with like the people with like the red eyes, you know?
Oh, well, that's why I don't really watch anime.
You should watch anime, Sam. It's a very
Genre, your Samurai Jack.
It's not an anime. No,
actually, I do watch. I do watch Samurai Jack.
Yeah, see, he knows. Good show. That's not anime. No, but I generally dislike anime strongly. Strongly dislike anime, but Jinro is actually a good anime. It's sad, but it was a good anime. But
watch Jinro or Samurai Jack or whatever.
What was that?
Did you have a chance to watch Jinro?
I did.
Oh.
I told you. Didn't I tell you that? I watched it the other night.
Oh
no, maybe I told. Oh, I think I told my girlfriend, but not you. Yeah, I did watch it the other night, and it was really good actually. Like, it's very sad. It's a
maybe your inner weeaboo's coming out.
There is no inner weeaboo. I do not have a spirit animal. I'm sane somewhat, but it's very. It's more the mature anime type, and it's very, you know, it's very, how do I describe it? It's not like something where you know what's gonna happen. It's not like something where you expect it to go this way. Like, it does kind of go a way you don't expect for the most of the movie, and it's got some red pilling messages in it. You know, it's very, it's not your typical anime. I think that's the best way to put it.
You have to watch that.
Yeah, I approve of it. But what I did see in the news channel that we should talk about is that KFC console. I mean, there's been screenshots of that going around, and some people thought it was fake, but no, that thing's real. It literally is a console, and it's their concept of it was, well, these computers, they generate heat. Why waste the heat? Use it to keep your chicken warm. And so it has a whole slot where you put your KFC in there, keep your chicken warm while you're, you know, swinging your katana in Cyberpunk.
It's genius actually, but like I
It's
don't know if I trust putting food in there because it's gonna attract bugs and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
I bet there are some problems to it.
Well, that sounds like
Oh.
it's an innovation. It's like I'm surprised that your buddy, what's his face, the guy that makes shit with the boring
The
company.
guy
dude,
that
why,
makes shit.
why didn't you think of that first?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon. Elon. That has to be the best description of Elon Musk I've ever guy that makes shit. Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of which, you need like, was that you who posted that? Like that fucking apparently Apple had the option to go and purchase that company for like a really good fucking deal, and they decided not to jump on it.
I don't know how much money it actually was, but Elon, when the news broke that there was a rumor that Apple's building an electric car, it's going to be coming out in a couple of years, Elon posted on Twitter that when they were working on the Model 3 and when it was getting really dark and he thought the company wasn't going to survive and it was going to get really bad, he even called up Tim Cook of Apple or messaged him or tried to contact him or whatever it was and requested to meet up to discuss buying Tesla if all goes bad. And he said Tim Cook wouldn't even take the meeting, which I don't know what that means. It either means he's not interested in Tesla, he doesn't like Tesla, or they were already working on a car then and didn't need Tesla. I don't know.
Bad business deal. He would have been so fucking.
I would have bought Tesla in a heartbeat. Even at that time, because if you have Elon Musk on board, you know, he's make or break for that company. He's the guy. He's like the Steve Jobs of the car world. You know, it won't be the same when he's gone. This guy. You want to say hi to my brother? Or burp?
They're all dead now. No.
Are you still listening to us, Mel for Life? I'm shocked we haven't bored you with our stream kind of going in any direction it is now.
Dude, fucking Apple, man. They're stupid. They're a stupid company.
Nah, Apple's awesome, dude. Don't hate on Apple.
They make bad business decisions. It
When
went
have they
down.
made a bad business decision? They make billions of dollars. They're at record profits.
Okay, Steve Ballmer.
They're making shitty decisions. They wouldn't purchase like they let that out of their grasp, man. They fucked themselves in the ass.
Well, they weren't given. Well, they couldn't buy them in any way. They were. What Elon did was he said, "If all goes bad, would you buy us?" And the meeting never happened to discuss that. Could be a lot of reasons why, but Apple makes a lot of smart business decisions. A lot of them, like starting Apple Music, really smart. The iPhone, really smart. iPad, smart. This new M1 chip, really smart. They know what they're doing, especially with their services. That's what they want to transition the company into, is having all these services because it makes them more money. You may not like that, but that's how it makes money.
Look at every fucking company. It's like, oh, we're Adobe. We're software as a service. Oh, look, we're Stadia. We're games as a service. Look, we're like literally what's not a service anymore?
There's a lot. Well, yeah, I know. A lot of them are transitioning to that, but Apple never had a music streaming platform. They made one. Now it's one of the most popular ones. They know what they're doing. The iPhone 12 is an amazing product. Sam just got his too. It's such an awesome, perfect phone. Love
What
it.
does it do that, what does it innovate? Like, when you had the first iPod, that innovated shit. The new
Nothing
one.
innovates now. Name a phone in the past 3 years
Well,
that's innovated.
That phone that just came out,
well, it doesn't innovate on a mass scale like it did, but like, okay, so for instance, I'm really into film and like video and whatnot. So the new the new the new iPhone 12 Pro has a camera system that like okay, 6 years ago, just for um a pro camera that shot 4K would have cost $3,000 alone for a camera, and it would have been bulky and it would have been heavy. Now I got, but it's in a phone and it fits in my damn pants pocket. So
This has a 4K camera. That's the innovation, basically.
That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that the innovation is that they're bringing technologies that normally would be super expensive into a portable package that everybody can use. It's forcing the industry to follow that, because now everything has 4K, everything.
Well, yeah. So what the iPhone 12 brings it 4K, and it's not. No other company has a phone the same price bracket as that iPod that has the 4K camera. That what the gist is.
No, what he's saying is that it's forcing the industry to change. Am I wrong, Sam?
And also, and to answer Alex's question, none that I've seen. And I mean, yeah, granted that like the flagship phone features are getting more and more niche for professionals, but like your average normie boomer isn't going to really care about like camera quality all that much. They're not going to be into high def photography or videography like that. So
And look, I will admit they're not innovating at the rate and levels they used to, but to be fair, like, what is there to do anymore? I mean, how much more can you do to these things?
Motorola literally innovated with a flippable smartphone that's like single screen.
Yeah, but who's gonna want a flip phone? They're gonna call you a boomer.
No, it's not a flip phone like like an old like boomer phone. Like it is a flippable smartphone.
But why would I need that or want that? It's an extra step to me accessing the screen, which is what I need for everything.
Keep it open normally, but it allows you to go and have it in a more compact package. It's
I guess.
It's a new tech. Like my brother has one. It's like it's awesome, but like you'd think that's something that like if Apple was what Apple was, with Steve Jobs, they'd do the same shit.
I don't know, because it sounds a little gimmicky, and I'm not saying it is. I'd have to actually use it to tell you if that's like actually a good feature, but it sounds gimmicky.
Well, see, here's the other thing too to keep in mind. Just because Apple is always the first one to bring stuff to market, so for example, Google was the first one to release a smartwatch, right, with the Galaxy Watch or whatever. But they sucked and no one bought them. So meanwhile, Apple had been working on the Apple Watch, and yeah, they were later to market, but they perfected all the flaws.
Yeah.
So therefore, and that's why people buy them. So yeah, I mean, I bet you anything Apple is working on a foldable iPhone. They might not have it out right now, but they will.
Yeah, and look, they're not the only leaders they used to be in the industry, but they're still a leader. When they do something, people follow. When they put fingerprint scanners on their phones to unlock it, people start following that. Other companies followed that. When they start putting cameras on their front of their phones to do Face ID, to scan your face to unlock your phone.
I don't like that shit. You get your fingerprints, now they got your face on your phone.
Hey, look, I get that. You can love it or hate it, but the reality is the industry followed it. They all started doing it. Like once Apple does it, then a bunch of other companies do it. And
I don't think you're the first one that did it, though. I think
they're
someone
not the
else
first, but they forced the industry to adopt it, and the industry changes.
where they are, or the industry, like whoever invented that, like Samsung or whatever, and then Apple followed. You know.
Well, sometimes it's that case where one starts and then Apple falls. But when Samsung, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There are new leaders. Like when Google does one thing and a bunch of them start doing it, you see that happening now. But Apple still will do things, and everybody else starts doing them. It's not one person starts doing it; it's that a lot of them start doing it. That's the difference. That shows you what a leader and a follower is like. You know, they're changing the industry and forcing others to implement these sort of features. I mean, one thing that Apple was late to the party on is NFC. Google was big into that. Apple put it on a little late in the game, but that's a case where Google was a leader in the industry.
Like, and then do they even allow you to do picture-in-picture on Apple yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And I've had it on the computer actually before I had it on the phone. Like their operating system had it for their computer natively before it was natively on the phone, like maybe a year or two before.
I mean, picture-in-picture has technically been around since like televisions and shit.
Does Windows have it? No.
I don't know. Like I can do it with YouTube and stuff. It depends
Yeah,
on like
YouTube. But with Apple, it is across like a lot, not just like YouTube, a lot of websites where natively you can do it.
Well, I can do it like any video sharing website, really. Like I can do it with BitChute, but I don't know if like, you know. And then like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, they've had Windows since Windows came out. Like, and that's sort of, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's not the same though. There's simply no picture-in-picture mode natively in Windows. You can't on Apple. I can right-click on a YouTube video, get my Apple right-click menu, and do picture-in-picture. I can do it on a bunch of other video sites too. Not all of them, because some of them.
Like I can go to YouTube, and you're saying I can't do picture-in-picture.
No, that's because YouTube lets you do that. I'm saying Windows doesn't do that. There's no Windows feature for that. There's a YouTube feature for that. I have it on mine too, but there's no Windows feature.
Well, why would you need a Windows feature for everything? Like, what other
Let's
video
say
apps?
you're playing a video that's on your computer that you have downloaded. You can't put that picture-in-picture on my computer. I can.
Are you sure I can't do that? Like,
unless Windows added it. Last I checked, with my version on my computer of Windows, because they're constantly updating these every freaking day. That was not a feature. I couldn't take a native file that's a video, play it, and put it in picture-in-picture.
I don't know. I mean, there's very, very few times where I'm not watching on some sort of app.
Oh no, I know. But what I'm saying is YouTube added that picture-in-picture feature after Apple added it. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I remember when Apple let you do picture-in-picture of YouTube videos, a bunch of other videos. That was before you could even do that with YouTube. But now YouTube has an option on the player where you're on a video where you can put in picture-in-picture.
Well, that's, what do you mean by Apple's? Like, it's probably their video player that allows that. It's probably not Apple itself. It's their video player, and I'm sure there is a video player out there for Windows.
No. It is a native thing built into the operating system.
Well, yeah, but based off of their video player.
You can do it on YouTube. That's probably it's native. It's not the YouTube mini player. It's a picture-in-picture mode from the Apple operating system that you can activate on videos on the internet, on videos on your desktop. Like, I'm gonna go to a YouTube video now. One thing I don't know about YouTube picture-in-picture is, can you keep that picture-in-picture while you're not on YouTube?
Let's find out.
Let's see. So see, you can't do that. So here's something. There we go. So with YouTube's mini player, you can put in picture-in-picture as long as you're on YouTube. With the Apple picture-in-picture that's native in the OS, I can put a YouTube video picture-in-picture and it'll be on top of everything. My mail app, my web browser, when I change tabs, it will be on top of everything.
Like that?
Did you send some? Oh, I couldn't see it because I was watching your stream.
Let me go and how do I stream?
I think you have to change it to like streaming your desktop.
Let's go.
Let's stream everything. Let's see. Let's just do the stream the screen.
Stream. All right.
Yeah, I can see. There it is.
Is that a third party thing or is that the YouTube? How did you activate that?
All right? It says picture in picture.
Wait, go back to YouTube.
All right.
Okay. Okay, it is the YouTube one. It looks like maybe YouTube doesn't allow that on Apple because Apple's already doing it, or they thought it was unnecessary. But I can't do that on app. I can't do that with the YouTube picture-in-picture function. But if I use the Apple native picture-in-picture function on YouTube videos, it will do that.
No, that's YouTube. That's on my desktop.
Yeah,
It's
YouTube
closed.
doesn't let me do that. Apple had to put a feature to do that. What the fuck is this video?
I was able to go and do that without having, it's working with my Windows.
I guess. See, I guess that they only let down Windows with YouTube's feature version of that. Only lets you do it on Windows, but I can still do that.
I don't know, man. I can do. I mean, I got that picture in picture.
It's look. I did it on the YouTube mini. I did when you activate. So go back to YouTube.
Let's go back to YouTube.
Yeah. So go back to that video, like the page of the video.
All right. I got my YouTube.
So how did you, yeah, you hit that. Okay. I did that same thing, but it will only stay on the web page, on that particular page.
I click whatever the fuck this picture in picture toggle is, and boom, picture in picture.
Oh, let me
Bam.
see if I have that, because I will check. I can, the way I simply do it, because it's built into the operating system, is I just right click on the video and hit picture in picture, and that's it. I don't have to do anything else.
I already just click a button. I mean, I'm able to go and do it. Boom.
Well, I want them to have these features. I think it's, everybody wins in the end, but I'm just saying that I can't, from what I saw, I don't think I could do that with YouTube's picture in picture feature. Let me see when it gets off this stupid ad. Come on. Yeah, I can't do that. It doesn't let me. Yeah, YouTube doesn't allow that on my end. I have to right click on the video and then click enter picture in picture. I'll send you a screenshot. And then we'll end the stream soon. Oh, one thing I want to talk about, because you mentioned services. Did you see that thing I sent you about Halo Infinite?
Oh, which one? Where's about that free multiplayer or whatever, but that's gonna be.
Well, not just multiplayer. Like, wait, oops, did I send you? Oh, I sent. Oh, because you had your screen up. It takes pictures of both my monitors. Here you go.
Let me see that.
See, that's the built-in native picture-in-picture. I right-click on. I didn't actually do it, but I showed you what the option looks like.
Now, is that just for Safari, or is that working in your other browsers?
I think it works on all browsers. I have to check, but the thing about Halo I thought was interesting is they kind of were doing what I was talking about and kind of what Modern Warfare does, but more, which is they are doing. They said like they're not going to come out with a second Halo Infinite for foreseeable future because they're just going to do one game that they keep updating. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Like what I hope for is that it's because I have a feeling the launch might not be that great. What I hope is that after a lot of fixing, it's actually a solid Halo game.
Hopefully, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Don't.
Yeah, I hope. But what was that? You can get off the phone.
Where'd I put the phone?
And get the phone.
I will
Meow.
no.
But, you know, I hope it's good, because, like, it sounds like they've had some rough games over the past, how long, few years since Halo ODST.
Yeah, like, that was, well, Halo Reach or whatever, ODST was,
Yeah.
4 was pretty shit. Halo 5 was, and I don't even play it. Heard it was pretty shit as well. It was not, like, fucking ground pound. It was made by people who don't even like Halo. And, like, I think they even admitted to it. Like, oh yeah, I didn't really like Halo, so I made it, like, some sort of, like, bullshit with fucking ground pounds and, like, paid weapons.
Imagine working deving Halo and you're like, yeah, we don't like Halo. We're going to make it anyway.
Yeah, like, that's what Halo 4 felt like. It's like, oh, you know, I like Call of Duty more, so let's go make Call of Halo, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think this new model of just making one game that lasts like 10 years and has updates, I think that will actually be, I think it will be really good because of that. It might not be good initially, but I think it'll eventually get really good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see is right, because you never know with these things. But I bought that Master Chief Collection, so I'm going to play that at some point once I get my shit together. I was playing the Battlefront 2, though, since I know that could run on this thing. And that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that Macintosh.
No, I was actually playing on my PC. It's not Mac compatible. Let's go!
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Why are you yelling?
You're on the phone.
So.
I can come phone.
My little device. And go and fucking avatar my ass in there.
Avatar? You mean Matrix?
No, it's like, you ever seen that movie with the blue people?
Yeah, I've seen the blue people.
You remember when he sticks his, like, penis thing into that?
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, you may have been too young when that came out.
No, I saw it in theaters.
How old are you?
I don't know, like 12, 10, I don't know.
So yeah, you're cool.
It's rated like PG-13, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but you saw what he did with the penis thing, right? The little jack thing, and he, like, in his hair, that, like, USB, and he, like, jacked off into the machine.
What's his hair?
You remember, he had that USB thing in his head?
I kind of remember. I'd have to look that up.
He, like, had sex with the machine or whatever.
Oh.
And, like he jacked into, like, their, like, it was a weird movie.
Why is there no people?
But it was good looking, you know?
I saw it once, and that's it.
Dude, I saw it in theaters. I couldn't imagine it outside of theaters. Like, let's be real. Like, that was half of the fuck. What the fuck? I, like, boosted.
Well, what's that?
Get off the
I was,
phone.
like, super fucking fast. I was going, like, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, I'm going to end the stream, but anything else we want to talk about? Oh, we have somebody in chat. More Nachi. Video from Nashville seemingly shows a trail from a missile appearing right above immediately after preceding explosion. Yeah, that was the tail of the video. We never talked about it. We'll touch on it quickly.
Yeah, dude, I heard some conspiracy theories about that.
Me too.
I wonder if they're true.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about, but supposedly it was like a suicide bombing.
Well, I heard that that's where there was some Q level conspiracies, but I heard that that was apparently where the voter stuff was for the the AT&T building, and it was apparently done by, like, you know, the people who wants to go and cover up the stuff. You know?
It's weird. I'm gonna have to look into it because it sounds like a brewing ground for conspiracies.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the next Las Vegas shooting, you know, in terms of conspiracies.
Mortis Nachu also says, I've been playing Halo Master Chief Collection lately. Reach was the last primo Halo title. Halo 4, it started changing. Master Chief Collection is tight.
Yeah, it had a rough launch. I think I remember like my friend tried to go and run like Halo 1, and there was issues with that. Like, and I remember that just getting kicked out of games. I had a hard time even running the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
What was that too? Like Halo, what was that? Halo 3 seemed like it was running all right, but like on the consoles, I heard like on Xbox One when that came out, like there's a lot of bugs. And the thing with Halo 1 is it shouldn't have had any bugs. If they had Halo 1 on the PC before, it wasn't had Halo 1 get released back for that console that they decided to be idiots and not fix shit with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they upgraded the graphics and everything. I think that's cool, but it's like if that game should be so basic. I don't, get how you make it buggy now.
It's everything these days. They just have bugs. Like they fucked up because they already had a port that was working. Like the Gearbox port from like years and years and years ago, but they fucked it up.
Mm.
And it seemed like it was working, but I guess they fucked that one up.
Yeah.
Dewey Louie then.
Well, I'm gonna stop the stream. Anything else we want to mention before I close?
No, yeah, that was interesting though. That whole thing, like, we probably should talk about that earlier. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think there is some conspiracy going on there, and I think that I don't know what to think about, but I'm glad I don't think anyone died from it, but I could be wrong.
No, I don't think anybody did either, except maybe the guy detonated the bomb, but not sure about that. We'll look into it, and we'll be back at 11 p.m. for News at 11.
I think it's already 11.
Yeah, story at 11. But we'll see you guys later. Wash your hands, stay safe, and gamers, keep gaming. I figure we're becoming like half of a gaming channel now.
Me as well.
Yeah, gamers rise up. But alright, if you guys want to follow us, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to follow Sam, you want to plug yourself, Sam, real quick?
Yes, subscribe to the Whitfield Report on YouTube while you still can. And also subscribe to the Whitfield Report on Rumble and Apple Podcasts and wherever else you get your podcasts from. And tune in tomorrow because I'll be chatting Star Wars and The Mandalorian more specifically. So
I will want to tune in for that for sure.
You're welcome to join us if you want to, Mr. Semenko.
I might. Very well might. We shall see. Depending on the time and what I'm doing, I might be able to. I'd love to.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out. So, time TBA. So.
Alright, sounds good. So everybody follow Sam for all that. Keep up to date on the Twitters and the YouTubes, because that's where you're going to get stuff.
Follow Pluffy Phil on Twitter at Pluffy Phil. So he never plugs himself, so I'm going to, god damn it. So
I'm a shameless plugger. I look at it as, well, everybody's doing it, and it's how you get people to follow your shit, because if you don't tell them, they don't do it. They just, maybe I'll do it next time, or yeah, I guess I should follow, and then they don't. If you give them the command, like, follow us, then they do it. But what are those blue pants? Oh, he's got a mask on. Socially distant.
Good kid.
Good kid.
Guess I never got rid of that coronavirus in the year 2077.
Yeah. Is that an old lady like walking real slow with her like cyborg legs? It was behind you. Yeah, right to the left, Yeah,
Good.
See that lady thing? Yeah. Oh, I guess she's not old. She's just like. Uh-oh.
The police drone's coming at me.
Everybody should check out our video with the Thought Patrol video. That was pretty funny. So if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel. Click on the channel below and check that out. Alright, well, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and we're almost at 3 hours. I keep stalling because I want to hit 3 hours. But thank you everybody in chat. I was enjoying, as always, having people in chat.
Oh, I see. You're trying to compete with me now, huh?
Yeah, we're bigger than you. Oh shoot, crashed. Slash.
My anime skills aren't high enough. Fuck, I can break this window.
She's just like, no, stop.
I guess it's finally going through there.
Oh yeah, it's putting some scratches on there. Is that literally a katana?
Get off the phone, Sean.
Yes,
Get
it's
off.
a katana. I am not breaking through a windshield. It looks like everything else is starting
It's
to break.
katana-proof windshield.
Get off the phone, I said.
Just saying it,
Oh,
man.
she's coming out, hop in. Uh-oh, you got the feds on you. Alright, well, we'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming on, Sam. Wash your hands.
You're welcome.
I guess it blew up.
Wash your hands.